This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to TG Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Darren.
And what we're here to play?
A bit of Malifaux Third Edition.
Malifaux. I say we're here to play. We've actually recorded 7 hours of content that's ended up going in the bin because we had a couple of rules errors that kind of messed the game a little bit.
We wanted it to be a bit smoother and they did have a factor on it, so yeah.
We're not perfect, but this should be better. And we've also changed. We were doing Turf War, which didn't really be as fun.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Corrupting Idols.
Corrupting Idols, which is a really, really fun scenario. A tough one for both of us.
But it should be really cool. So a massive thank you, as always, for the very kind support for everyone on the previous videos. Really happy. Malifaux's been a massive effort over the last summer to get ready, and the response has been fantastic.
Yeah, and it's lovely to see the comments. I mean, I'm really enjoying watching the videos that Dave and Chris have already put up.
Oh, it's just the last one with Chris with pigs flying through the air. But you've brought some, well, you're calling them Arcanists, you've gone to the light side.
I've turned to the light side of Arcanists, and I've brought Marcus, the Beastmaster, using the Arcanist side, because he's dual faction with Neverborn, but who'd want to play dirty Neverborn?
How dare you. So without further ado, we'll show you the crews and we'll cut back in a sec. And this is my crew for today's 50 Soulstone battle report. We've got Pandora and the Neverborn. They are known as the woe keyword, and they're very much about doing chip damage over time. So you've got Pandora, the leader, who stood on the sarcophagus, or the altar, whatever we want to call it. You've got her henchman Candy, the little girl at the front. We've got the enforcer, Baby Cade. We've got Carver at the back, who's also a henchman. I always forget that he is. You've got two Sorrows in the middle, the Poltergeist Totem on the right-hand side, and the iconic Teddy on the left-hand side. They're all about giving you status conditions and using those conditions to either move you, give you damage, or get a positive flip on their attacks. And they tend to like to be within kind of 6 to 8 inch range to be able to do that. So their methodology is usually very simple. They get across the board really quickly to try and put those bubbles out and to start messing with people. Pandora in particular is really good because she can mess with people's activation order, and the others are there to kind of support her with damage as that comes in. So we'll see how we do. We've got 5 soul stones left for me to use for reducing damage or adding positive or negative flips to things. And we'll go over to Darren's crew next.
So this is the Arcanist Marcus crew that I brought for today, and they are the Chimera keyword. So he's all about making modifications and mutating his beasts as he goes along. And you'll see me putting a lot of upgrades onto the models throughout the game. Marcus himself is stood on the altar. He's got his henchman Miranda just to his left. Standing at the back is Kojo, the mighty monkey, who's been the star player in some of my games going forward.
He's so good. So good.
Yeah, lots of stuff out of him. At the front we've got the Scorpius, which is a 7 Soulstone Enforcer. Again, really useful. He's got an ability to limit Soulstone use if he can get poison onto a model. So against Masters and Henchmen he can really lock them down and stop them declaring triggers as well.
He's a stat 7 attack as well, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. Another enforcer on the far right is Crockett, who is a cheap model. He supports with his gun, but he has triggers where if he damages models, other models of mine which are engaged with them can take free strikes at them if I discard cards or on triggers. On the far left we've got Ferdinand Vogel, who has an ability to shapeshift into the beast within. He's a support lawyer type character, and then he shifts into a massive werewolf.
Because Marcus needs legal protection, clearly.
Because we do need legal protection. We always need legal advice. And the beast within is more of a melee fighter. At the front we've got the Jackalope, which is his totem, which is the bunny rabbit of death. Basically very difficult to kill. Chuck cards away, chuck upgrades away to full heal it on its demise ability. And then just lurking next to the altar is probably the dirtiest of the Arcanist models with the upgrade, the Soulstone Miner.
Yeah, we'll make no comments on the fact that you've brought this to the battle report today, but I think it would be folly not to. You've given it the upgrade as well?
I've given it Magical Training, which is basically the 2 Soulstone upgrade, which in effect the model has the rules printed on it because it's always going to come with it. So it gives me Arcane Reservoir, it gives it Shielded 1 on top of its armour, and it's got counter spells, so you can't declare triggers without discarding a card when you attack it.
How many Soulstones does that leave you with?
It leaves me with 2.
But the beauty of getting 1 each turn as well.
Absolutely. If I didn't have that, I would probably try and get at least 3 to 4 in, but we'll see how that goes.
And let's go to the table. And this is the picture as we have set up for the start of the game. And as you can see, we are playing using the wedge deployment, and we're playing Corrupted Idols. And our first idol has conveniently appeared right in the middle of the map, which was very kind of it. So there's a beautiful bit of symmetry as we start. You can see Pandora's crew on the left-hand side of your screen are very much going in the flying V formation, are we calling it?
Definitely flying V formation. They've been watching the Red Arrows or
Yeah,
something.
they're getting well stuck in straight away. You've gone for a little bit more of a diverse positioning there, mate. Your Soulstone Miner's just hiding behind the privy at the back, just to dig into some
He's just down here.
pipes. Yeah, is that what he's going for?
he's, well, to be honest, I could put him anywhere in my deployment zone with the way he plays. So.
Yeah, to be honest. So we're going to flash up on screen the schemes we've got. Deliver a message, Vendetta, detonate charges, claim jump, and harness the ley line. And what I'll do is I'll put a graphic up saying which ones myself and Darren have taken. Currently, I've already had to burn one of my 5 soul stones because my hand was that bad. So I'm down to 4. We have flipped for initiative, and my 13 of Rams has given me the initiative, and it has designated the corrupted idol to go into the middle of the field. So I think, mate, we're going to start the game with you going first, as we go to the first activation of turn 1, which will be the Arcanists.
Okay, so this is my hand going into the first turn. And my first activation is going to be the Soulstone Miner.
It's not shielded because it's gone to magic school.
He's shielded.
It's the Harry Potter of Soulstone Miners.
He is. First thing he's going to do is he's going to gain the stun condition to give me an extra Soulstone.
He does indeed.
So it gives me 50% more Soulstones than what I started with. He's then going to focus for his first action, and his second action is going to be drill into the earth, which is a stat 5 target number of 10. Simply buries this model. So here we are. It begins.
It begins.
It begins.
The one flip.
So we will change that with conveniently the 5 of Rams, and he will bury.
Okay, so my first activation, this is how my hand is looking. Please bear in mind I stoned at the start of this turn as well. And I'm going to go with my Sorrow. It has got a 5-inch move. It's just going to double walk itself to around about here, hanging out behind some hay bales, just inspecting it. You know, spooky business. Doesn't need to do anything else. It's just going to hang out just in case an idol pops up on that side.
So I'm going to start off my second activation with the Killer Bunny of Death, the Jackalope. He's going to start off by trying to take his swift action for a leap. It's statted 3 and target number of 10. He's got the masks built in for this one to place himself within 6 inches. And as we start off, he actually passes something.
Hey.
Me seeing a severe card on turn 1 is unheard of. So he will just potter himself 6 inches forward, and then he's going to take a walk up onto where we've placed his proxy base up here, and for his final action he's going to gain a focus token. And that's his activation done.
Okay, we're going to go with Baby Cade next. He's going to pull his normal tricks and shenanigans. He's going to crawl himself up to this position here. And then he's going to attempt to kind of get some attention of his buddies. So he's going to try and lure Pandora to start with. So it is a stat 7 needing a 12. So I'm in need of a 5 here. Let's hope I don't block Joker this. Gets the 12. That's absolutely fine. So Pandora will move into contact with him there. Then he is going to attempt to... where's Teddy? He's going to cry and go, please Teddy, come help me. So it's a stat 6 needing a 12. Gets a 5, 1 less than what I was actually hoping for. So I'm going to have to cheat in the 6 for Teddy to kind of trundle up next to him to there. I'm going to then use their ability to both heal 2, which they don't need to worry about. But then I get to place Baby Cade anywhere within base contact with Ted. He's going to just like hang on the very edge of this hill here, maybe like there. That's technically base contact, that looks fine. And that'll do for the baby.
So we're now going to go with Marcus, and he's going to attempt to just make some subtle alterations to his friends.
And himself.
So, start of his turn, he's going to give himself some armoured plates, which gives him armour +1, and at the end of his activation, if he's not moved, he gains shielded +2 as well.
That's very good.
So he has to switch his upgrade, his mutation at the start of every single turn, and it can't be the same one, so that will have to change next turn.
Okay, so it's like his body is just morphing consistently.
Well, he's just practicing a little bit on himself before he tries it out on his chums. So, he's going to start off with what is possibly one of my favourite things, in making a flying monkey.
Yes, everyone loves the flying monkeys.
We all love flying monkeys. So his Chimeromancy, which is the ability, is stat 7, and it's got a 12-inch range to affect any of the beasts, and they're all close enough to be affected. And everything in the crew is the right keyword, apart from the Soulstone Miner. He needs a 10 plus the cost of the upgrade. So for Feathered Wings, it has a cost of 1, so he needs an 11.
Awesome. So your stat 7 needing an 11.
So any 4 will do. A mask is even better because then I get to do it again.
Awesome. Go for it. Oh, 13. You definitely succeed, but you want to cheat down maybe?
I will cunningly cheat down to the 4 of masks.
Okay, so Kojo gains some Feathered Wings.
And just because he doesn't want him to feel left out, I think Scorpius also wants to have some feathered wings.
A flying robotic scorpion.
Flying robotic scorpion.
So you're flipping again, needing a 11 again.
Needing an 11 again. Obviously, I can't take the trigger on this one.
Oh, look at all these severes popping out.
Not liking the look of all these severes already appearing, but yes, that means that the Scorpius has also gained some feathered wings.
So Feathered Wings, it's worth saying, isn't just the ability to fly. You get +1 to your move and you get butterfly jump.
That's it exactly.
It's amazing.
It's a really,
For
really...
one.
It's a really awesome ability.
So that's your first AP.
That's my first AP. This is why Marcus takes a little bit of thought around
Yes.
it, as we talked about. He's deciding what to mutate where and when.
He's big activations, isn't he? Big thought activations.
Absolutely. He's now going to attempt to give some natural camouflage to Ferdinand Vogel.
So that is cost of 2.
So this one needs a 5.
Okay.
This one will give him disguised and stealth.
So 6-inch safety bubble, essentially.
Exactly.
And you get the 6.
He gets a 6.
Anything on the tome trigger?
He doesn't have anything on the tome trigger, so he will leave that one. Will he change? You know what? We'll
All
shoot
of
it in
those
for a
masks.
mask.
Okay,
It's
so you
almost
can-
like we're playing Neverborn.
So you can declare the what's the name of the trigger again?
It's
quick
the
reflex.
quick reflexes trigger. So we've now got natural camouflage on him,
So Ferdinand Vogel here is hard to charge.
hard to charge, and we will take the swift action again onto the jackalope.
And what's the jackalope going
The
to get?
jackalope's going to attempt to have some formidable horns.
And what does that get?
That will give it a positive on to damage flips on any charges, and he will get the onslaught trigger on masks.
Fantastic. I'll say after this activation, Darren will just name the upgrades. We won't explain them each time unless they're relevant. So
Yeah.
what do you need for this one?
So this one has only got a cost of 1, so it's back to a 5 again.
It's a 3.
3. And it's the jackalope.
So-
So we're going to leave that.
With
one.
a not 2 for us. So that's still only your second AP
That
that's
is my
been
second
burned so
AP.
far.
Now we're going to take his swift action, and his swift action is Primal Roar. So friendly beast and chimera models within 3 inches can move up to... Sorry, within 6 can move up to 3 inches. They can move an extra inch on the mask trigger, which is built in for every upgrade card that they've got. So I need, again, a 5 on this one.
So stat 6 needing an 11. Gets the 10.
And the mask's built in, but it means that all of the models that have got upgrades can move 4 inches, and the models that don't have upgrades can move 3 inches.
So we'll measure that and cut back in a sec.
Okay, so this is how we're looking after all of the moves. And Marcus, with his last AP, is going to use another tactical action that he has. So all of the tactical actions for today. He's going to attempt a Call of the Wild on Kojo, and this means that he can move up to his move in inches. If I get a Ram's trigger, which again is built in, means that he can make a charge. Although at this point,
You can
not
still
really-
get well up the field though.
He can get up the field, but there's nothing so much for him to be charging into.
So this is stat 6 needing a 12.
Yep, so any 6 will do.
Gets the 7.
Gets the 7, and he is going to just have a little bit of a fly.
He's got a +1 to his move as well, which is really
So he has the 6-inch movement, so he can't get beyond the Scorpius, but he's just going to shuffle himself over to there. And that's the end of his activation.
He'll get
Marcus, it's all done.
He's all done. He'll get shielded +2 as well because of his upgrade, which is super handy for him.
Yep.
Okay, tell me if you've seen this before. We're going to go with the Sorrow activation. It's not quite within range to start glimpsing some insanity of people, so it's incorporeal. It's just going to walk once, twice, just to the halfway line there, and just casually hang out near Crockett.
So my next activation is going to be Paul Crockett, and my first thought was to focus and take a shot at Pandora, but as Pandora can rip a condition off in opposed duels, I actually gain nothing and give you a positive.
plays to
doing
my
it.
advantage, really, doesn't it?
So what he's going to do is he is going to take a shot, and we've already checked that he's in range of his long rifle.
There's going to be a lot of camera angles at weird angles here because your crew are just so good at getting around and in between like all bits and pieces.
I like to camouflage and hide myself in the terrain. So Tom has an interesting time as a cameraman on this one.
So you're just within 14 inches. So you've got a.
I have a long carbine, so I ignore concealment, which isn't really relevant because you stood on top of a hill.
But you are willpower 5, needing a 13 here, so you have to do an 8.
So this is where normally the Black Joker will come and bite me in the bottom.
No, you're fine. You're all good. It goes through.
And we will then attempt to shoot you right in the face.
So stat 5 versus my defense, which is also 5. Here we go. A 9. Oh, an 8. Oh, we're on the same. So currently it's a double negative flip.
Yes.
I have got the mask trigger, which will give you stunned. Thanks to her dark thoughts ability. Not that I can take advantage of the misery. I'm happy so far. If you want to cheat up, by all means do, mate.
No, I will go with that.
So, double negative flip.
So, 3 cards incoming.
It's a moderate.
It's a severe. And a severe.
Oh dear.
So that is a moderate of
4 damage. I think I'm going to have to stone early just to reduce this. Let's spend one of my 4 remaining soul stones. And reduce it by 2. Okay, I can tolerate that. So, 2 damage knocks her down to 10 health. And grants you the mighty stunned condition, which will, just in case I've not said it so far, it means your bonus actions count towards your action limit, and it means you can't declare triggers. Second AP, mate. That's not bad for a shot from him.
It wasn't bad for a shot. Now, having the trigger does change what I plan to do a little bit, but having thought about it, we're going to go with our original instinct and have a waddle over here.
That'll be his second AP.
That's his second AP. He won't take any bonus actions because the naughty girl doesn't let him.
But the stun goes at the end of your activation.
And that's him done.
Well, my totem certainly didn't appreciate that after seeing the master get smashed. So the poltergeist is going to double walk. It's got a 6-inch walk. So it's going to double walk to this position here, which puts it within 8 inches of Mr. Crockett. I'm going to attempt a glimpse of insanity. This is a stat 5 versus your willpower, aiming to give you the stunned condition, mate. So you've got willpower 5, so we're straight flipping. Oh, a red joker.
Not a red joker.
Well, that's when that comes out. So yeah, it'll give you stunned. It'll definitely give you stunned.
I will be stunned.
You will be all of the stunned.
Stunned, shocked and awed.
Yeah, but nothing to declare other than that.
Okay, so we're going to work with Miranda now, and she's going to attempt to alter herself a little bit. She's going to, for her swift action, use Aspect of the Wild, where if she's already got a mutation, she discards it. But otherwise, she just attaches the mutation to herself, and she is also going to have natural camouflage, same as Ferdinand Vogel. There is a pattern that you'll see emerging.
Of protecting some and beefing up others.
Absolutely, and on later turns, you'll see what I can do by throwing some of the upgrades away. Once she's done that, she's going to have a little wander over to here.
Inspect this bonfire.
Inspect the bonfire, make sure it's safe, all about health and safety. And we're going to attempt to make the Scorpius move.
So you're within 6 inches now, and this is, what's this one called?
This is Call of the Wild, so it's the same ability that Marcus has, but she doesn't have the ram trigger built in to force the charge. So 6 with a target number of 12 to give him a move.
Gets a 9.
Gets a 9, and he will move, and because his move is +1 for being a winged Scorpius, he just moves to there. And that's the end of her activation.
Right, we're going to go with Pandora next. She is going to move 5 inches just to this proxy base here. You can't see there's a little shockwave marker just here because she can see over this high 2 rock now. And she's going to chuck a shockwave basically there, within 2 inches of the Scorpius and Kojo. It is Fear's Given Form, so it's stat 6 needing a 13, so I need a 7 here. Get a 4. I'm just going to have to let that slide. I'm kind of relying on my deck to be good here. I'm then going to move to this proxy base here, and I'm going to attempt to open the box. So stat 7 needing a 14. Oh, get the Black Joker. Never mind, that's the worst master activation I think anyone's ever had, but that'll do.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now. Oh.
So, following on from Tom's
abysmal activation,
I was going to go with the word disastrous activation for Pandora. I'm going to activate the Scorpius, and I'm going to attempt to put some more pain on her.
Yep, that's fair.
So the first thing I'm going to do is he's going to charge, and because he can fly, he just has to place within his 6-inch distance, And he's then going to take a swing at her using his Venomous Strike, which is stat 7 with built-in Crow against your defense, 2, 3, 4 damage, and gain poison 1.
Terrifying 13 to start with, mate.
So we'll start off with me flipping a black joker for the terrifying test. No,
Doesn't get it.
but we will cheat in to pass that.
Okay, and then this is a stat 7 versus my defense of 5.
Yep. So here we go.
A 4.
A 6. So I'm on 13 at the moment. You're 9.
I'm going to cheat in the 5 of masks and declare the Dark Thoughts trigger, which is after resolving, target gains stunned. So I'm currently on 10.
So I will leave it on 13. Well, I can declare a trigger now because I'm not stunned until after resolving.
Yes.
So I will leave it on that because it actually does give me my
Double
infect
poison.
trigger. So
Yeah,
double poison.
Double poison here. I'll get the tokens while you do your damage flip, mate.
Okay, so negative.
Negative flip.
So a red joker would be lovely at this point.
Severe.
And a weak.
A weak.
So the weak is 2, 3, 4 and gains poison plus 1.
So 2 damage. And then I'm up to poison plus 3, is this?
Poison 2, 1 for the infect and 1 for the venomous strike.
Okay. So I'll trigger the misery. I'm going to trigger the misery off the sorrow. So you gain stunned. And then the sorrow is going to make you move. You've got a 1-inch melee range, haven't you?
I do have a 1-inch melee range.
So I'm just going to move you to a position that is probably just outside of an inch of Pandora, but near enough to my peeps. So just cut and we'll come back in a sec. And yeah, I've just bust out and basically moved you just outside of an inch just to be a pain. So you've got your second AP, mate. What would you like to do?
Well, because I can't charge again, because unfortunately I'm not Kojo, I am just going to use a move action to just shuffle myself a little bit further back, keeping you inside 3 inches, so that I've got space for a gorilla to then come and take a swing later on in the turn.
Lovely. Okay, we're going to go with Teddy. He's going to go on rescue detail. We've just measured this out. He's going to move 5 inches to basically here and then charge to this position here. He's outside of an inch of Kojo, within 2 inches of the Scorpius. So kind of this, we're not really counting as anything major, so I've just gone bum bum. So we are stat 6 versus your defense on Kojo. I'm attacking here, mate.
Of 5.
Right then, so let's see how we do. I get a 7, so I'm currently on maths, Tom, 13.
I'm on 14 with my 9.
That's nothing then, so I'm going to have to let that slide. However, I am going to discard a...
Before you do that, I'm going to declare my butterfly jump because I've resolved.
That's fine. I'm still going to have to discard my cards to declare Flurry because I want to attack the Scorpius.
So I will move
Just there.
Kojo out.
So, second attack is, are you still within 2 inches there? Are you sure you want to move a bit further back, mate? Because we're both size 3, aren't we? I'm going to attack the Scorpius with my second one. So, stat 6 versus your defense on the Scorpius.
Of 5.
See how we do this time. An 11, that's not bad. 17 currently.
A 1.
Do you want to cheat?
I think I might cheat, and thinking about the cheats that we've got, we are going to go for that to make it a 12.
Okay, so negative flip them. 3, 4, 6 damage on these heavy claws.
Ouch.
So moderate and a weak, so 3 damage.
And I have armor 1, so I take 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage for you. You've got wings on the Scorpius, so again you can bounce away.
And we will bounce just outside his 2 inches, but still keeping her
Within 3,
within
ideally.
3.
Okay.
So there's going to have to be some more rescue duties going on.
And that'll do for Teddy.
So with how well things have gone for Pandora so far, I'm going to try and send Kojo in to do a little bit more damage to her.
Press the advantage.
Press the advantage indeed. So he's going to make a charge, again, with his wings. Fortuitous that I chose that one on the first turn. He's then going to try and get through her terrifying 13.
Terrifying 13, so your willpower 7, so you're alright. The Kojo doesn't care much.
Kojo
Does care a little
he does
bit.
care a little bit. So he will take a 7 to pass, and he will then take a swing with his mighty, mighty ferocious claws.
Okay, so this is a stat 6 versus my defense of 5. Poor Pandora, come on.
So we're looking at a 2, 4, 6. Hopefully, if we get through, we're on 14.
I'm on a 10, which I'm unable to declare triggers, aren't I?
You are unable to declare triggers.
Go for it, mate.
Well, I've got puncture, which means I actually get a positive to the...
So it's be a straight flip.
Straight flip. Red Joker.
Min. 2 damage?
2 damage.
That puts her down to 6 health, I believe.
And then...
Because the Scorpius hit her for... Well, she got shot for 2, and the Scorpius hit her for 2, and that's another 2. Yep, 6 health.
So we're actually doing chip damage ourselves.
You are, indeed.
Here. Now, I could push her 2 inches using this. So I'm tempted. I don't think I can actually get her base through the gap between the 2 models there. But I'm just tempted to bring her in. Right in as close as I can. We will then attempt to hit her again.
Okay, so terrifying test again.
So this time, flipping 3.
You've just chucked that straight in your discard.
Straight in my discard because I saw it.
Just disgust.
And that will fail for Kojo.
I will probably take that as a blessing because that could have been far worse.
So Kojo fails his test.
Any bonus actions?
He has mark territory. So he will attempt to mark territory. Hopefully just getting the rude side language trigger or the crows to get adversary onto.
So it's a stat 6 needing a 10, so you need a 4 hit. Mask trigger is... Sorry, not mask trigger, tome trigger is...
No trigger whatsoever, so he would get focus +1 if I was removing any scheme markers, but none of the triggers that matters, so that is him done.
Perfect. Some more continued panic just seems to go through the Neverborn as they worry about their master just getting absolutely smushed. So we're going to go with Carver. He's going to make a move action to here, and then he's going to charge at our pre-placed marker into Kojo. So this is going to be a stat 7 versus your defense, mate. Of 5.
Defense of 5 again.
See how we do. 10 currently.
I would be on 7.
Do you want to cheat?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, I'm going to cheat in the 3 of rams just to get the double crit strike.
So minimum 4 damage?
Yep, but on a negative flip though. So, let's see how we do. We get a severe and a severe. Well, it's 4 damage up to 6, mace.
4 damage up to 6. I will just dodge a little bit back.
A bit out of the way. That puts him down to what?
Puts him down to 5.
Jesus Christ, that's not too bad from Carver. But at least I've got some good cards in there somewhere. Carver's got his bonus action to play with then. He's within 6 inches of the Scorpius, so I'm just going to attempt to glimpse of insanity here. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower of 5.
Yep.
Get a 2. So it takes me up to 8.
14.
Many. No, that's failed. Do you want to jump anywhere?
We are happy to stay where we are, 2 inches outside of that and within 3 inches of the lovely
Pandora. It's not too bad by Carver though.
Okay, so for my last activation of the turn, we're going to try and continue to pile the pressure onto Pandora.
She's not loving it. I can tell you this.
So Vogel has decided to just shuffle up onto the hill.
He's going to inspect the house.
Inspecting the house, he is a lawyer. He's going to take out legal proceedings and he's now going to attempt to...
Who would put a house near a burial ground?
Well, you know, what regulations have we actually broken?
What are they in Malifaux, yeah. You're going to ancient words me back.
I'm going to ancient words you.
So it's stat 6 versus my willpower of 6. You've got a terrifying 13 test to pass first, mate.
This is where all the good cards I have been flipping
your willpower 6
still come out.
You should be alright.
So I've passed.
And then stat 6 versus my stat 6 here. 17.
Less.
That will do for me. I'll take that.
He could take his bonus action, but at this stage there's nothing that's really going to benefit from it, so he is done.
Okay, my wee child, she's going to have to go next. I was tempted to try and self-loathing at Scorpius, but I think I need to get closer. So Candy's going to walk herself... Oh, Carver, just took Carver with her. Carver's about there. To this position here. She's going to attempt to glimpse of insanity the Scorpius. So it's a stat 6 versus your willpower, mate.
Of 5.
Try and get you stunned. That's a 12.
That would be my red joker.
That'll be a red joker. You'll be absolutely fine there. And that will be the last activation of turn 1. And we'll see you in a sec. And this is the picture as we go into turn 2, and Pandora has ticked down to a very measly 5 health at the moment, which is infinitely killable for your models. We've also had an interesting set of flips for initiative, mate. You flipped your red joker, we then reflipped the location, and it has came out just at the bottom here. We've just said to each other, we actually need to remember that, you know, there's idols that need moving in this game.
There's a naughty red-headed girl that's sort of attracting attention at the moment.
She is that kind of girl. So the poison's ticked down on her and the shielding has gone from Marcus, but there's still a stunned on Crockett and that focus that is on the Jackalope behind the building. You've got initiative with your red joker use here, mate, so Pandora's going to potentially be eating a fair bit of suffering here.
I'd like to think so.
So we'll have to see who we go for the first activation of turn 2, which will be the Arcanists.
Okay, so this is my hand going into turn 2. I've already spent one of the cards for the red joker to get the initiative because I want to go a bit aggressive on her.
It's a big turn to get stuck in, isn't it?
It's a big turn, and this could either go really, really well and turn the game for me, or I could have made a really aggressive mistake. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start off with Miranda's going to move her 6 inches to here. She's then going to Call of the Wild on the Scorpius, and this is to attempt to give it a move.
She needs a
6. She then gets a 2. So I'm going to have to start cheating in already. We'll have 6.
Okay, so this is allowing the Scorpius to make a move, which is within 6 inches of you.
So Scorpius is then going to move to here. Because I'm within 6 inches of Miranda, she's going to use the Accomplice ability on the front of her card, right, and pitch a card so that the Scorpius can now activate.
Lovely. So I'm going to casually walk around the other end of the table as you set up for this. So you're going to discard a card.
Discarding.
And then you're going to choose the Scorpius to go. And I imagine the Scorpius is going to get straight back in.
Scorpius is going to go straight back in. So he's going to charge into the lovely Pandora. Stopping an inch away.
And you've got a terrifying test to pass first, mate. She is terrifying 13.
So one is willpower of 5. We will cheat up to 13.
Lovely. And then this is stat 7 versus my defense.
It is.
And this is your venomous strike.
This is my venomous strike. 19.
12. Wow, that's not bad at all. 12 that. My defense is 5, so I'm on 17.
So we are on a single negative. So let's see where we go with this. Moderate. And severe. So a moderate is 4.
4 damage. Moderate of 3.
Moderate of 3. Sorry, and poison 2 more.
I can't declare any stone use here, so I gain another poison, yeah? Or another 2 poison.
Another 1 poison from that.
Okay, and you've got your second action still to play with. Pandora currently on 2 health, unable to use any stones because of your neurotoxins. Enemy models with the poison condition within 3 inches cannot use soul stones or declare as triggers.
So we will now try for his other action, which is the feeding.
Oof. So stat 6 versus my defense here.
Still need the terrifying check. There's the terrifying check.
And what will this do, mate?
This will remove poison counters from you up to 4, and I can heal off the back of that.
Conveniently, she's on 2, so...
And if I kill you with a crow's trigger, I gain 1 soulstone.
Very nice. So stat 5 in my defense. 15 currently.
Okay, well I'll have to cheat it in because otherwise it's all gone horribly wrong. We'll cheat up to 16 and hope you've not got a 12.
I'm going to cheat in a 13 to go to 18.
And that is my activation done.
So we're going to go with Pandora before she dies because she's not helping herself at all here. First thing she's going to do is she's going to attempt to open the box.
Well, she takes a point of damage for activating first.
Well,
poison.
You kept that quiet as we were setting up for this activation. I'm going to have to think on my feet now. So I'm on 1 health.
Sorry, do you want to take that back?
No, it's fine. We'll go into it. So I'm on a stat 7, needing a 14 for the box, and please do not Black Joker it this time. Hey, you get an 8. Right. So this is a 6-inch pulse, and enemy models within range, and this includes Mr. Vogel, who's peeking out on the hill there. Let's take a toughness 14 willpower duel, or suffer 2 damage and gain stunned. So that's the Scorpius, Kojo, and Vogel. Who would you like to go with first, mate?
We'll start with Kojo.
Kojo was stat 7. fails. Do you want to cheat that? Cheats it in, he's okay. Scorpius next.
Scorpius.
Toughness 14 here. Fine. And Mr. Vogel.
Mr. Vogel, willpower 6. He fails.
Okay, so he will take the stun condition. I will trigger the misery on Pandora because she's within 6 inches to give him a point of damage.
He will take his point of damage. He will say, ouch.
That's her bonus action. Her second action is she is going to try and use Despair's influence on Carver. So I have to discard a card. There's no toughness here, no target. Friendly model only. They then get to push 5 inches and they get to use the suit of the card that I discard. I think I'm just going to discard. Show my hand here, actually, that would be a good start. Let's put it the right way around for you. I'm going to discard a 5 of. This is what I'm thinking now, so I just moved the camera out of the way so I can see. I'm going to discard a 5 of Masks, which is Carver's kind of swift action trigger, to push him 3 inches. He's just going to push himself 3 inches forward. He can get himself into there, just so he's engaging Kojo. Pandora next. She's got to decide what to do with the rest of her life. That's her first main action. She could double walk away, but she can't yet because the Scorpius is there. So I'm going to attempt to self-loathing the Scorpius. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower. And essentially, if it goes through, I can then use the damage profile of one of your attacks. So stat 6 puts me on 9 currently.
Puts me on 17.
17. I am going to leave it for that one. And then her next action, she's still engaged at the moment, so this is not particularly great for her. She's going to attempt to do it again. So we'll go with the stat 6 versus your willpower. Puts her up to 15 currently.
16.
I'm going to cheat in a 16, you'll say you're currently on.
16, 11 and 5.
I'm going to cheat in a 10 to also go to 16.
So a double negative.
Double negative for
my
damage profile, which is 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
So 3 cards, pick the lowest. Can't declare any triggers anyway, so weak. Weak. Oh, let's get the weaks out of the way. And a black joker, so no damage.
Nothing.
It does give you the poison though, doesn't it?
It does.
So I'll give you a poison.
I'm getting confused now. I'm the one.
Yeah, you have the poison. She just kind of quietly injects him with it, makes him sting himself, and it doesn't really hurt, but it'll do. She's infinitely killable where she currently is, but we'll see how we get on next.
Okay, so continuing to try and kill off
Pandora.
If I lose the game, this is my mission now.
This is it. Yeah, she is the corrupted idol in her own right.
She is the corrupted idol. Ferdinand Vogel is going to attempt to use his ancient words on her.
Okay, terrifying 13, mate. So your willpower 6 doesn't get it. That's the last card out of your hand. I'm going to take the stunned off you to get a positive flip. So, using my opportunist ability. So this is stat 6 versus my willpower 6. Oh, I get some 13. Get a 13 as well, which means it'll still go through, sadly. That is, I would have had to red joker it. That's exactly what you need.
I do have a surge trigger, so I'll draw a card.
So 2, 4, 5 here. So can't use any soul stones.
Do we draw the card first, or do we do
afterwards?
Afterwards.
Yeah, so unless it says it's usually after resolving, I think.
4, 2. So it is 2, 4, 5 damage.
And I can't use any soul stones, and that's my poor girl murderfied. And now you get to draw a card.
I will draw a card. Yay, I've got a card back. Woo! I feel so much happier now. He is now going to walk.
Yeah, he's got a choice. He's like, oh, now what do I do?
Yes, that confused me, because normally she's on the table for a lot longer than that. He is going to walk. In fact, first of all, he's going to try and put shielded onto the Scorpius. Let's try that with his bonus action of
Can you see the Scorpius past Teddy? Teddy's height 3.
I'm height 1, so...
You're height 2, size 3, so you're currently the same height as me.
So does it put me in the shadow then? I suppose it does. No, I never know how the shadow rules actually work.
At this point, you can write in the comments. I don't mind, mate. Whatever you want to do. You can see it better on that side than I can.
I'm going to flip the card and see that I don't pass it anyway. Well, actually, I did pass it, but so the Scorpius is shielded 2.
Okay. And we'll get some tokens there. Shielded reduces damage each time, does it?
It does, so stacks with his armour of 1. And I will then just take a walk around to this position here to be closer to Marcus.
Lovely.
And that is him done.
Oh, poor Pandora. She was not long for this world anyway, with that kind of trigger and soulstone reduction of the Scorpius, which is really tasty. However, she did do one thing that was good for all of us. She gave Carver access to masks on all of his triggers. So he's going to go and he's going to start by attacking the Scorpius, which is on 5 health.
Scorpius is on 5 health.
Right, so stats 7 versus your defense here, mate. And I get an 11 currently.
I'm on 12.
So I'm going to cheat in. You got the cards in your hand. You got
I
one
do
card.
have one card in hand.
I'm going to cheat in an 8 to go to stat 7, 15.
15. I'm on 12, so it's a single negative at the moment. You've not got your Ram's trigger, have you?
No, the ram trigger is built in, but I'm going to declare the swift action trigger that Pandora's given him. So
Okay.
this is a negative flip.
Negative flip.
So that's a severe and a weak, so that's 2 damage to the Scorpius. Reduce it by 1 from the armour,
Reduces it by another 1 for shielded.
but you can't reduce it to 0.
You can with shielded.
It doesn't say it on the card, I don't think. Oh yeah, to a minimum of 0. God damn it. Do you want to butterfly jump away?
I will indeed butterfly jump away.
So I'll take my swift action to hit Kojo.
Go to
You
here.
need to learn to read some cards. Stat 7 versus Kojo defense here, mate. That is 17.
We will leave it at that.
So you're currently on
13.
13, so it's a negative flip, but it's a double ram trigger with 1 built in, so it's double crit strike.
Well, this is your swift, so you can't declare any triggers on your swift
I
action.
can't, so it'll just be a normal one then. So negative flip,
Negative flip.
it's a moderate, and a severe. Moderate is 2 damage, because Carver's damage profile should be 2, 3, 4, for God's sake, sort it out weird.
So Kojo goes down to 3 health left.
Do you want to butterfly jump away?
He will indeed take a butterfly jump away. He will get as far away. We'll move to here.
Okay, so that's my first AP. My second AP is I am going to Glimpse of Insanity the Scorpius. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower. 8 currently.
9.
I'm going to cheat in a 5 to go to an 11.
And this will give you a push, or
This will give you stunned, and then I can choose to trigger misery after that,
which is a damage.
or a 2-inch move.
I will let that through because I don't have really any cards in hand to do anything about it.
Okay, so I'm going to trigger the misery off the sorrow to give the Scorpius a point of damage.
Which will remove his last point of shielded.
Shielded is only for attack actions, isn't it? Damage suffered. God damn, I need to read what shielded does. So that'll do for that. Do you want butterfly jump anyway?
We're going to butterfly jump like this.
Oh, very interesting. In that case, I think I might just put my blast down. No, we can probably just charge. I think Carver is going to charge into... This is too tactical for me, Darren. I can't think on the fly. I think I'm going to just barrel into base to base for the Scorpius there.
Okay.
So you are currently stunned, aren't you? Which is...
I am indeed stunned.
Super good. Right. So this will be a stat 7 versus your defense here.
18.
Currently on 12. I think that'll do for Carver. I've got swift action, but it needs to hit, doesn't it? Execute trigger, which we need to hit. Yeah, I'm just going to have to... Oh, look, you can hear me rambling here. I've completely lost sight of what I'm trying to do. That'll do for Carver's activation.
So, we're going to go with Kojo's activation. He's taken a point of damage from your...
My sorrow's leech life. Yeah, he's going to try and eat some health.
Yeah, we don't like that. He's then going to fly. Fly, monkeys, fly. Over here. And take another point of damage to just nudge the idol into your half of the table.
That puts Kojo on
1 health.
He'll be fine.
It's all good, Kojo. We love you. And that is the end of his activation.
Right, I've rallied from my despondency of those two activations now. We're just going to do what we're used to doing. So the Sorrow's going to go next. It's going to make a walk action to here. It's then going to charge. It's incorporeal. It's going to charge into base contact with Mr. Crockett, who's currently stunned. However, you've got a cool ability when I'm attacking you.
Yeah, he's got a lovely natural musk that means that any time that you make a damage flip within 2 inches of him, you suffer a negative to it. So it's not even hard to wound, so you can't ignore it.
He's got like a Lynx deal that he's got going on, like Oda Explorer or something. I don't know, Frontier Fragrances.
Oda Furry Beaver Hats
Yeah,
or something.
it's not great.
It's not good.
Stat 5 I've got with an inbuilt mask, which would be a +1 damage if the target has stunned, which Crockett does have. So stat 5 versus your defense of 5. 16 currently.
14.
So happy with that?
Happy with that. So double neg.
Double negative flip, which will do +1 damage is basically the way this will work out. So 3 cards. Severe.
So I'll take severe damage,
That's
shall I?
5 damage, that'll be.
Yeah, he will...
4 up to 5. That is stupid. That's all my severes gone though, because that's 4 severes in a row that I just flipped.
Yeah, he will not appreciate that.
So that's my 2 AP. I might as well just try and glimpse of insanity him. So I'm going to take the stunned off for a positive flip. This is a stat 5 versus your willpower.
Yep.
Oh, Malifaux can take away and give so quickly. I'm on not high enough, so 12.
I'm on 17.
So you stay alive with the stunned off you, you'll be pleased to hear now. But that was a ridiculous damage flip.
It made me feel so much better.
Yeah, there's even up the sadness from Pandora dying now.
So Marcus is now going to try and save Crockett from dying as soon as he activates.
You get stuck in, so you get to change your upgrades, at least.
So he's going to take Formidable Horns to give myself a bit of a positive on the damage track. He's going to make a walk action to here.
Do you get to draw a card when you...
Oh, I do get to draw a card. Thank you for reminding me.
No worries.
And he is going to charge.
So 1 AP to move, 1 AP to charge into my poor Sorrow. Stats, what are you going for here? What ability? Tear apart?
We are going to go with Tear Apart, as it's his only melee action.
Okay, so stat 6 versus my defense of 5. Oh, red joker.
That will be less for me then.
Yeah, so it takes me up to 19.
Yep, and I will be on 16 with no abilities. I'm really glad I didn't stone then for my onslaught.
That was
trigger.
just as well, yeah.
I'm quite happy with that. So Marcus,
Third AP?
with his 3rd AP, is going to attempt a Call of the Wild on his good chum and see if he can get him out of dodge.
Okay.
So I need a 6.
Gets a 3, gets a 9. So we've just checked the engagement rules here. You can't leave engagement with a walk action. This isn't a walk, you're telling someone else to move.
Yeah, so he is just going to make sure that he gets 5 inches away.
There you go, mate. Just backs off behind the
Just
tree.
runs away behind a tree to get outside that 4 inches. And he is happy where he is. I say happy, he's not happy, he took a load of damage. For his final action...
Take another swing.
Well, no, that's 1 to move, 1 to charge, 1 for that. He could take his Primal Roar. In fact, he's going to try it just on the odd chance he gets a
surge.
A surge.
So you are stat 6 with an inbuilt mask and needing an 11 here.
So a 5 of Tomes of High would be nice. But I'll get a weak out of the way. And that's him done.
We're going to see if we can just try and take this half of the battlefield, really. So my Poltergeist is going to move its 6-inch move to around about there. That's the most precarious balancing of a model ever. I'm going to try and glimpse of insanity Mr. Crockett, because he's within 6 inches of me, and it's an 8-inch range, but I want the misery. So this is a stat 5 versus your willpower.
Or 5.
15.
16.
16. Oh, it's not bad. All right, I'm going to charge him in that case. So my Poltergeist is going to charge into base contact, because it can get there. This is going to be a stat 4 versus your defense. It's not great.
Well, I think we're both top decking at this point.
Yeah, so let's see how we do. That is 12.
That is less.
So it's an extra negative flip though, isn't it? Because of your natural Lynx Africa musk.
It is. I'm hoping there's a Black Joker still in there somewhere. I can't remember if you've seen it or not.
I think I flipped it, so this will be double negative flip, yeah?
So this should kill him off.
3 cards in the lowest. Moderate, weak, moderate. Moderate is 3 damage.
Yep, that is him done.
That'll take Crockett out of action then, and that'll do with the Poltergeist activation.
So I'm running out of models to activate, having done a chain activation. So we will go with the Jackalope, which is going to attempt its leap.
It's going to try and get Baby Kate away, isn't it?
It's going to try and, well, there's 2 small children and they love little rabbits. So Yay!
It does leap. It leaps.
Actually gets its suit as well. So Jackalope runs up to here. It's then going to move its mighty 4 inches round to here. And then he's going to charge Baby Kid.
How dare you?
Baby Kid.
How dare you? I am manipulative for what that is worth.
I'm going to focus.
Okay, so it's a straight flip for you against my defence, is this?
Against your defence. Now, this is where the Jackalope is only stat 4, but he gets +1 to all of his duels because he has an upgrade in his formidable horns.
And you've got the onslaught trigger as well.
I do have the onslaught trigger. Now, I'm never expecting great things, but if I do any damage, it's hilarious.
I am stat 5 on my defence against your stat 4. 17.
Well, I got my onslaught trigger, but I didn't hit you.
No.
And I thought you said there were no more severes left.
I lied. It's the secret Neverborn, even though I've got my sleeves rolled up, I'll find it.
Neverborn. Oh, Neverborn.
Neverborn. Sadness. We've just said the battlefield is just all over the place at the moment, isn't it? This might as well be a reckoning game at the moment. I think my Sorrow is going to go. It's going to declare a charge because it's incorporeal. It can move through other models and other models through it. So it's going to charge to there, which is conveniently within 4 inches of Kojo. I'm going to charge the Scorpius. This is a stat 5 with an inbuilt mask versus your defense of 5.
Defense of 5.
So let's see how we do. Oh, it's another severe. That's a 16.
That would be a 12 for me.
So negative flip, but I get +1 damage because of the hopelessness trigger. However, your armor 1. So this is essentially whatever I flip. So it's a negative flip for damage. It's a moderate and a severe. So a moderate would be 2 damage up to 3, back down to 2.
So 2 damage. I will activate my butterfly jump.
Go for it.
And
just walk away.
We have to say these lovely widgets that come from.
Massive thank you to Arthur, who's from our Malifaux crew. He's
absolutely. He's absolute star for doing that. We'll hop over here.
Okay, that's my first AP. My second AP, I think I might try Misery Loves Company. Actually, I'm relatively alright there, aren't I? I'm going to try and Glimpse of Insanity the Scorpius. So it's going to rip off the stun to get a positive flip here. So this is a stat 5 versus your willpower of 5.
Again, yep, 5.
So a positive flip for me. That's a 10. I'm on 10.
I'll be on less.
So I'll give you the stun condition.
Ooh, yes, I will be on less.
He checks his hand. I'll give you the stun condition. I'll trigger the misery to give you a point of damage. So it puts the Scorpius down to 2 health.
Down to 2.
You can butterfly jump again though, because that was an attack action.
I think we will butterfly jump again to here.
Okay. And then my Sorrow still has an AP, because obviously it's charged, it's used its bonus action. It's just going to move to a position that is outside 2 inches of each. In fact, no, it's not. It's going to be more tactical than this. I'm not just going to put the card down, the model down where I think it should go. I'm going to put go there. So the extremity of 4 inches of Kojo and within 4 inches of the Scorpius. So when they activate, they'll take a point of damage, which I'm hoping with the Scorpius being poisoned should mean that will die.
So, looking at the table, I thought about bringing the Soulstone Miner out, but at this stage he's quite happy sitting underground and he's gained the stun condition to give me another Soulstone.
Lovely. Yeah, so I've got 3 activations on the bounce here, so we're going to go with Baby Cade, who's playing with this demonic rabbit thing that you were talking about here. I'm going to try and hit it. So this is a stat 7 versus the Jackalope's defense of...
Jackalope's defense of not very much. His defense is 5,
right,
including his +1.
Right, so we'll see how we do here. So stat 7, I go up to a 10.
I'll have 18.
That's... Ooh, 18. That's okay. Second AP, I'm going to try and hit him again. So stat 7. Go up to 13.
I will have a 10.
No triggers to declare here. I mean, I could do the coordinated attack, but there's no one there. So, what did you say you're up to?
I am 10. On 10.
So a negative flip here. 2, 3, 4 on the skinning knife. So a week. And a week. So 2 damage.
2 damage to Jackalope. He has 2 left.
I am within 10 inches of the Tedmeister. I could try and call him back. The temptation is definitely there. I think that'll do for Baby Cade, and what I'll do is I'll reposition. I'll do my last 2 activations. Well, last couple of activations for me then. Candy's going to attempt to Glimpse of Insanity the Jackalope, because why not? So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower, mate.
It is indeed.
So your willpower being...
Not enough. Oh.
So I'm on
willpower of
13.
3. I'm on 13 as well.
Okay, so I'll give you stunned. I'll trigger the misery off Baby K to give you a point of damage.
He's got 1 left.
A mighty 1 health. Candy's then going to make a 5-inch walk to there. She's going to take 1 irreducible damage just to push this idol over the halfway line. That knocks her down to 7 health. Still in a position where she can kind of look across, leaving only Tedward. And Teddy's going to struggle to do much at the moment because both Ferdinand Vogel and Miranda are disguised, meaning I can't charge them. So he is just going to make a walk action to there, and then he's going to walk into base contact with Miranda just to give her something to think about next turn. And that will end the turn, so we will go to declare anything we need to declare. I think if anyone wants to record like my emotional output during that turn about how I went high, low, high, low, high, low, I feel like I've been a terrible opponent there, mate. I could only apologise, but Jesus Christ, that was a big turn.
It swung both ways, because although I've taken Pandora off the table, I am not in the strongest position with 2 of my, I would say big hitters on 1 point and looking to just die when they activate. Miranda engaged. Vogel's all right.
Vogel's
Marcus
chill.
is trying to fight off 2
Big
little things.
Yeah, he's all right. I think the Jackalope's still there chilling out.
Yes, and there is a Soulstone Miner, which may or may not make it to the table.
It probably will. We've not declared anything, so we've both got a corrupted idol point. I've pushed the one in the middle, the very slightest over the line. You've had the one near to the camera here. The new idol has popped up just behind Carver, so we've gone Path of Least Resistance, which I think, I'm not sure how much that helps either of us there, but I think it's probably handy at being near Carver. I've kept a card in my hand, so the Scorpius hasn't been able to have its extra action. It has taken a point of poison damage from stinging itself, but that's not too bad at all. I think aside from that, we flip for the initiative. I flipped to 12, you flipped to 1, so I think we'll go into the third turn with the Neverborn taking the lead. So we're going to start with me. This is currently what my hand looks like. I did have to stone again, so I'm down to a mighty 2 soul stones here. But we're going to activate first. We're going to go with Teddy against Miranda just to try and get some damage out. Now, you have a defensive boost here, don't you, mate?
She does. She gives a positive to defense flips for all beasts within 3 inches of her.
Is it an aura?
It is an aura.
So you count as being within an aura,
It is.
don't
It's
you?
not a pulse,
It's
yeah.
the pulse that's the dot. So Teddy's going to go first. He would regen 1, but he's fine. So he's going to make an attack action. This is a stat 6 versus your defense. You're on a positive flip here.
Yeah, my defense is also 6.
Ooh, let's see how we do then. So that is a 17 currently for me.
Also a 17 for me.
Do you want to cheat?
No, I'll go with that.
Okay, so the crow trigger is built in. It would be a swallow you whole, but it doesn't matter. So it's a double negative flip. Okay, so that is a black joker. Get it out of the way now. That will be no damage to you, my dear.
Okay, going well.
That's not bad at all. I'm going to discard a card to flurry. God damn it, Tedworth, you had 1 job. So stat 6 versus your defense again, mate, for the second attack. That puts me on 11.
Puts me on 13.
On 13. I am going to cheat in a 13. So go to 19.
So I would need... Does that give you any... Swallow
Swallow whole,
again?
which is if I kill you, I heal. Which, not going to happen.
So you're on 19, I'm on 13, so it's a straight at the moment. Let's make it...
He's thinking. The mental maths is coming into
Mental
play.
maths. Don't necessarily want to do it, but we'll make it a negative.
Okay, so negative flip for damage.
This is where Red Joker comes out.
2 cards on the lowest, yeah, that'd be hilarious. It's a moderate and a severe. A moderate is 4 damage to Miranda. Do you want to use a soul stone? So,
for 2.
Okay, so 2 damage going through.
Okay, she doesn't like that.
She doesn't appreciate that at all.
Leave it alone.
So that was his first AP. His second AP, to no one's surprise, he's going to attack again. So it's stat 6 versus your defense. A 1, a 7 currently.
I'm on 13 at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to cheat in an 11 to go to 17 currently. 12. No problem at all then. So that's burnt through quite a few of our severes already. Not the best from Teddy. Black Jokering that first attack was pretty painful there. But he's given Miranda a little, he's made sure she's aware that he's there.
Yeah, she's well aware of it now. Okay, having already flipped 2 Severes, that's what's left of my hand for this turn. And I am going to go with Miranda, who didn't like being punched by a teddy bear. So she's going to move over to here. Now, we've already measured it out. She's still remaining within the 2-inch engagement range, so she's not taking a disengage. And she is then going to attempt to use Primal Flame on Kojo.
What would Primal Flame achieve?
Primal Flame is a beast-only heal of 1, 3, 4, and a positive for each mutation upgrade on the monster that I'm healing.
Speaking of upgrades, has Miranda changed her upgrade, or are you keeping the Disguise on?
Well, she can do that as a swift action.
Ah, okay. So let's see how this goes first.
Unlike Marcus's, it's
as and when.
As and when I need it. So
stats.
Stat is 6, target number of 12, and if I get the Tomes trigger, I can switch the upgrade on the monster.
Lovely.
So we will.
You get the Tomes trigger.
Ooh, it's interesting.
Ooh, there's a noticeable. If you have a cut and everything.
No,
you're right.
He's not going to take his switch of upgrade. He's going to keep it as it is, but I am going to flip 2 cards for the heal. So 1, 3, 4, 3, and 5.
Red Joker.
So Kojo heals 5.
That's not bad at all. What does that bring him back up to?
Kojo is now on 6, and he's not going to be dying
straight away
when he activates, which is a bonus.
That is definitely a bonus.
We are then going to pitch a card. We're going to pitch this 6 to chain activating with Accomplice.
Ooh, let's go to Kojo then.
Okay, so it's time for Kojo to activate, and after potentially nearly dying to the little swine, he's going to go and jump over here, being a flying monkey, charging.
Sorry, you've taken a point of damage from my leech life.
You've healed a point of damage, but I don't think you've taken any.
No, I'm alright at the moment. So, Kojo then, are you going to use your Nasty Punch of Death on me?
I'm indeed going to try and use my Nasty Punch of Death on you.
Ferocious Claws.
Ferocious Claws, indeed.
So, I've got defense of 5 versus your stat of 6.
Yep.
Red Joker!
Not a Red Joker.
That's back-to-back Red Jokers?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Do we need to start a Red Joker count?
We don't. I don't need any more editing. That's your first attack action. I'll take that. I'll be alright with that.
Okay, for my second attack action, I'm going to attempt to hurl you.
Oh, we're going to go with the toss.
Yep.
So, stat 4 versus my size. My size is 2.
So, let's see how it goes.
I'm on 10.
I'm on 15.
Go for it. Throw me away.
I do not have the trigger at the moment. His trigger for that would be a ram to do a 135 damage. What are you on at the moment?
I am on size 2, 10.
Do I want to do it? No, we don't want to do it.
So you're going to throw me inevitably off camera in a second, but do I need to take a damage flip with this?
There is no damage unless I can get you into some terrain within 10 inches.
Does my incorporeal help me?
No.
So you can chuck me into a rock.
I will chuck you into the rock there.
Right, so there's a rock just off camera. I don't know if it's in camera. You have to look in the viewfinder for me, mate. Just see if the rock's in.
The rock is just actually in shot
right, so
for
I bash into this, and then I've got to take a toughness 14.
Toughness, defense duel, or suffer 2 damage.
Okay, so my defense is 5, so I need a 9 here. Get a 6. I'll take it because the 2 damage goes down to 1 because I'm incorporeal. So it takes me a point of damage, puts me down to 4 health.
Kojo then is going to see if you're within 3 inches, which I don't think you are.
I'm not.
So he's not going to attempt to mark territory. And that is him done.
Well, that was a bit rude. You know, just an ape throwing a gun. How does it even pick up the sorrow? How does it even, like, you know?
I imagine he just shouts a lot and it's the breath.
Blows it away. I need a bit of revenge here, so I'm going to move 5, and then I'm going to declare a charge. I'm incorporeal, luckily, so I'm just kind of just barreling in anyway. It is going to be a mighty stat of 5 versus your defense of 5, with an inbuilt mask, which won't do anything to you because you are not stunned. So, stat 5. I'm on a 7.
I'm on an 11.
I'm going to cheat in a 9 to go to 14.
So that'll be single negative. What's your damage track?
1, 2, 4.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay, so negative flip. It's a weak. And a weak. 1 damage.
Oh no.
Puts Kojo down to
4.
4 health, and you can butterfly jump away should you wish, my love.
We're going to butterfly jump just to... Oh, Carver's really can get to me now. He's going to get to me anyway, I think. Probably kill me.
Carver's going to bring the party.
We don't like Carver.
Yeah, everyone loves Carver. Everyone loves Carver. He makes Halloween festive and fun.
We're gonna just move to the other side to stop the
Leech life.
leech life.
Because I think I've got to see you have an eye for an aura.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and glimpse of insanity, Kojo, then.
Okay.
So stat 5 versus your willpower.
Okay. Move that and flip.
17.
This will give me stunned, and you could trigger a point of damage or a move.
I could. Oh, making him bin it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine for me. And that is my sorrow done.
Okay, so the Scorpius, because I've not got line of sight to the aura anymore, it's managed to stay alive.
It's staying alive on its 1 health.
I'm keeping things alive just about at the moment. It's still not great for me. We're going to go with the Scorpius though, and he's going to activate and charge, being a winged scorpion.
A winged scorpion.
Winged scorpion. He is going to
Charge my sorrow.
make an attack on the sorrow.
So your stat's 7 on this. Can't declare triggers though, luckily, because you're stunned.
Yep.
Versus my defense of 5.
So, 17.
More. 18.
That's not what I wanted. That's not what we wanted. It's gonna kill him. So we'll go for another venomous strike on him.
Okay. So stat 5 on my defense.
16 for me.
13 for me, which I'm okay to keep at.
Okay, single neg then. Incorporeal, so reducing this by 1. So moderate and weak. There we go.
Yeah,
Predicted
there we go, on cue. So it's 2 damage down to 1.
And a poison.
Puts me on 3, but I do gain poison. You can't declare your bonus trigger, your bonus action, but your stun will go at the end of your activation.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So from the maelstrom of chaos on the other side of the battlefield, we're going to go to the relative serenity of Marcus in this beautiful garden here. This sorrow that's next to him is going to try and glimpse of insanity him. So it's a stat of 5 versus your willpower of 6, mate. Oh, 18.
Less.
Getting all my severes at the moment. So that will give him the stun condition, and I will trigger the misery to give him a point of damage.
I will take the point of damage.
Puts him down to 11.
11.
So that was my bonus action. I'm then going to try and attack him. So this is stat 5 versus your defense of 6 with an inbuilt hopelessness trigger, which would be +1 damage if it hits.
Whack, whack, whack. There we are. Black
yeah, you got to
Joker.
get it on there so the screen says Black Joker. So I'm currently on 5, 12.
I am on 6.
6. So
Straight
flip. I'll take the straight flip. So this is the hopelessness trigger, which is built in, which is if the target's got stunned, it's +1 damage. Oh, it's a severe. It's 5 damage. All my severes are coming out to play at the moment.
We will stone to try and prevent some of it.
Yeah.
This is where we will prevent 1 of the damage. We'll prevent 3 of the damage.
There we go.
2.
So 2 damage, which knocks him down to
9.
all those severes coming out at good times. I don't think Carver's particularly happy though. It means he's going to struggle for them. And for my last action, I'm going to declare the interact action to deliver
my message.
Yeah, my sorrow's just going to put a little envelope in Marcus's pocket, just saying, "I hate you for killing Pandora," and I have delivered a message.
Okay, so really easy activation for Ferdinand Vogel. I say easy, but there was some thinking involved. But he's just going to take 2 walks, and then he's going to take his swift action on the Scorpius to try and heal it. It gives it shielded 2, but on the right trigger with rams, he heals 2 as well. So here we go. That's not the right trigger.
It's successful though.
That is the right trigger.
There we go.
So he gains shielded 2 and heals 2.
The Scorpius does.
Scorpius does.
So the Scorpius goes back up to what, mate?
Back up to 3.
It's dwindling on health. I probably should have finished the job earlier, shouldn't I?
I thought you were going to go in and kill it, and I was like, I hope he chooses something else.
Has that poison gone off it, by the way?
Poison is gone,
It ticked down last turn, didn't it?
Yeah.
Good job we remember these things. And that's you done.
That's me done.
Over to me. My Poltergeist is going to go up next. It is going to declare a charge action to base with Marcus here. It's got stat 4 on its sharp claws versus your defense of 6. So let's see how we do. 11.
16.
So it'll miss. It'll declare another attack. Stat 4 versus your defense. 6.
10.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm not going to try and glimpse insanity you because I'd rather just keep the stunned on you for now.
Okay, so we're going to go with a jackalope.
You've discarded a card?
I've discarded, well, I'm about to discard. I'm going to discard a 7.
Because Candy's there and she's all innocent and stuff.
Yes, we love her. He is now going to attempt to leap. Boing.
Need a 7?
No boing.
No boing.
Boing.
Boing. And you're leaping.
I am leaping down to here.
So you've got a 6-inch on your leap and you want to be the other side of it with a place. Takes you to there.
And we're then going to run into Mr. Carver.
And then your stun will go at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Awesome. So Carver's in a relatively undesirable position here. He's got people around him that he doesn't really appreciate. So he's going to attempt to draw essence to start with. Well, I say attempt to. He's going to suffer a point of damage. And then models within 3 inches of him, which will be the Scorpius and the Jackalope, must each pass a toughness 12 defense duel or suffer 2 damage. And for each other model damaged by this action, this model heals 1. So Jackalope's defense is?
Jackalope's defense is 5, including the +1 for his duel.
Okay, and you need a 12 here. Does not get it.
Nope, so he will die.
Carver will heal.
He will also heal back up to 4, pitching his upgrade.
Okay. The Scorpius.
Scorpius.
Defense of?
Defense of 5.
So needing a 12. Gets it. Second thing Carver is going to do, he's going to attempt to glimpse of insanity the Jackalope. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower. This is my bonus action. 12.
17.
17. I am going to cheat in the 11 to go to 17 as well.
Okay.
So it'll give you the stun condition. And I'm going to trigger the misery to move you 2 inches. And I'm going to move you just in front of Mr. Vogel there. It's at this point now Carver's got to decide whether he wants to push the idol or get stuck in. He's going to play the game, he's going to take a point of irreducible damage, and he's just going to push the idol. Just there. And I think that's him done. 2 actions and a bonus, puts him down to 9 health.
So I've drawn a card because I've swapped to the Armoured Plates upgrade. I've also taken a point of damage from the Leech Life.
Yep, so Marcus then, what's he going to do?
He's going to attempt to disengage from the 2 monsters.
Okay, I'm going to use my Sorrow because it can actually hit things. So stat 5 versus your defense of 6. 13.
Less. So you're on a straight, I believe.
Straight flip, and I'm trying to reduce 2, 4, or 6.
Yeah.
So I reduce you by 4 inches. So you can push 2 inches away.
2 inches away, which is enough to take me out of melee. Which is the main thing. I was just praying that there was no severe happening.
I think I've seen all of my severes at this stage.
So we're then going to take 2 walk actions with him. And he's just going to get out of dodge a little bit. So he's going to take 1 to here. Then 1 just round
The back of the house.
round the back of the house over here. He's going to stand up on the hill behind the house. And that is his activation done. So he loses his stunned, and he comes to where the game is actually happening.
I think I'm going to go with Candy then. She is going to try and glimpse of insanity Mr. Vogel to start with. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower, mate.
Okay. I am going to pitch the rubbish that I drew with Marcus to give you on a negative with my intimidating authority, so I can discard a card to make any attack action have a negative to it.
He's just like, no, small girl, you shall not do this.
So he just goes, lawyer. Activate lawyer mode.
So your willpower is 6?
My willpower is 6.
So start 6, but I'm on a negative flip. That puts me on a 9. Not
19.
quite. He's very intimidating with that. So that's that one out of the way. Candy, because she's on the hill, she can quite clearly see the size 3 Scorpius, so I'm going to attempt, because I'm within 10 inches, to self-loathing it. So this is a stat of 6 versus your willpower of
5.
Puts me on 11.
I'm on 10.
So negative flip here.
Yeah.
I'll take your Venomous Strike ability. So you'll be reducing this by 1 because you're shielded, but negative flip. So
And my armour as well.
weak and weak.
So I take no damage.
So take no damage. Do you take poison condition?
I do take poison again.
You will have this poison token back no matter what. And then I think Candy's tempted to move where she is, but seeing as you've got no cards in your hands, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and self-loathing the Scorpius again. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower, mate. So
Okay.
the shielded has gone now. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah,
Stat
it had
6.
shielded 2, so it's still got 1 point of shielded on it.
Okay, so stat 6 versus your willpower. 10.
Less.
So negative flip again.
Yep.
Let's go with moderate and a weak. So you take no damage.
Would I get poison again?
You'd get the poison again as you're reducing the damage, but not the condition that comes with the attack, we believe. So that's Candy done, leaving the Soulstone Miner for you and Baby Cade for me. Well, look who's joined the party, really.
Yeah, so the Soulstone Miner is going to, now that you've activated the little girl, decide to just pop up next to her for his bonus action, which doesn't require anything to flip, and then he's going to make a focused attack on her with his mining tools.
Okay, so you're on a positive flip here.
I am, and you cannot declare any defensive triggers because why would you? So we've got
Just there, mate. You're not
10.
shot there.
We're on a 15.
Okay, I am on a 14.
So straight
Negative
flip.
Straight flip, yeah, because your focus takes it to a straight.
A week of 2.
A weak of 2 puts her down to 5 health.
You know what? It worked once. We'll do it again.
Okay, so defensive 5 against me, against your mining tools.
11.
11.
So double neg.
Double negative flip.
It's almost like you're keeping that card back because you don't want the Scorpius to.
Sounds
take
like
an
I'm not
action.
choosing my cards, yes.
So we've got a moderate, we've got a severe,
Gone weak.
and a weak.
Hey.
So another 2.
I'll spend one of my stones just to see if I can reduce this. I reduce it by 2, so she's fine.
She is.
Damage. And that's got your
I'm activated out.
Chili Boy done.
That's him done.
Last activation for me then is going to be the wee baby Cade. He's not particularly happy that Candy's got her face smashed in, but he's just going to casually walk past and give her a little, pat and a little goo goo gaga of, praise. He's within 10 inches of Teddy, so I'm going to try and where's Teddy. So it's a stat 6 needing a 12, so I need a 6 here. Oh, love it when a plan comes together. So we've just checked the towards rules, and Darren's been very helpful here. Teddy can move 5 inches towards Cade. I've got to move towards the centre of him, but if there's something in the way, I can walk around. So essentially, I'm going to make a move to there, pretty much. And then Baby Cade is just going to go and charge Mr. Vogel, I think. So I've got a 5-inch move, which means I can get into base contact there. This is a stat 7 versus your defense of
5.
Right, so we'll see how we get on with it. 5. So
Nice.
12 currently.
7.
I'm going to declare the coordinated attack trigger, which is a model that is another model may take a swipe action targeting the same model.
Okay.
So negative flip for Baby K's damage.
Yep.
2, 3, 4 damage. So that's a moderate and a severe. Moderate will be 3 damage.
Yep.
Puts him down to
4.
And then Teddy is going to have a swing with his stat 6 versus your defense. 15.
7.
I'm going to declare the swallow you whole trigger. This is a straight flip. Just in case Teddy rolls big here, but I don't think there's any severes left in my deck. So 3, 4, 6 on a straight flip. Well then, 3 damage.
So I survive on 1.
Just about, and that'll do for Baby Cade, and we will go to the end of the turn. And this is the picture as we go from turn 3 to turn 4, and yeah, this scrap in the bottom is still going though, isn't it?
It is.
There's a lot of big beasties that don't want to die.
Yeah, there's some interesting things going on here. So Kojo and Scorpius managed to survive the turn. Marcus has made his way over to this half of the table. I mean, we might as well just film over this side and forget about it.
Ignore my 2 models that are over there.
I mean, if you'd had breakthrough or
Yeah, it would be
search,
amazing.
it'd be amazing at this point.
We have got some things to declare though. Obviously I've got my deliver a message point and I scored my idols point. You may have noticed on camera there's a new idol that's appeared at the bottom because we've just flipped for initiative. I flipped my black joker, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I suppose it's out of the way. And you flipped 6 of crows, and you've chosen for the idol to appear at the bottom to kind of keep it in the fight.
I will also say that I drew the Black Joker and I have pitched it already with my last soul stone.
Yeah, I've got stone, so I've got 1 stone left currently. Loose plans as we're coming into the latter half of the game now, mate. Just try and resolve this scrum and then get some points on the board.
Try and get some damage done over here, I think, may be the plan.
Yeah,
But, we'll see how that goes.
So we'll go to the first activation of turn 4, which will be the Arcanists.
Okay, so Marcus has now changed to having some serrated teeth and claws, having dropped his armour from last turn. Because I've discarded an upgrade within distance, I do get to draw a card. So after drawing a card and pitching a card, that's what my hand looks like for this turn.
Yeah, you did stone as well, didn't you?
I did stone for 2 cards, which is why the Black Joker's in the deck over there. So we're no Black Jokers for the turn at least, because you've already had yours.
Yeah, so the counter can rest for now.
So we've already measured out, Marcus is making 2 walks, zigzagging his way around the babby. He's then going to have a primal roar to try and move all of the models within 6 inches of him that he can see, up to 3 inches.
Kojo, Scorpius, Vogel and Jackalope. Miranda's just out.
Okay, so let's see if he pulls that off.
So stats needing...
Stat on this one is 6, needs a 12.
Okay.
And he pulls it off. There's no... Oh, he's actually got the surge trigger to draw a card on that.
There you go, so you can draw a card.
So we'll draw a card and we will pitch that one.
And we'll just cut away while you move your models, and we'll cut back in a sec.
So this is how the board looks after Marcus's primal roar has shifted people around a little bit. He's got 1 action left, so he's going to make... He does like shouting a lot. There's lots of roars and calls going on. So he's going to make a Call of the Wild. He's going to target the Scorpius, the mechanical beast, and he's going to attempt to make it charge.
Go for it. So what do you need here, mate?
We need a 6. 6 seems to be the number. So 6. Hold on. 6 needs a 12. Nope. We will cheat in. Yes.
So 6 being cheating. Is that on camera, mate? Just moving in. There you go.
So he's already got the suit built in, but he did get the suit.
Are you charging into this by any chance?
We're charging into here.
Oh, okay.
Charging into both of you.
Well, if you're pushing...
I can fly.
Oh, of course you can fly. Who are you going to attack with this?
I'm going to attack the little one.
The little one, the Sorrow.
The Sorrow. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to burn the feathered wings.
Yep, and this is an ability you've not used yet, so you can burn a...
So basically, any of the models that have got adaptive evolution can choose to discard their upgrade, and at the end of the action, they get rid of it. They get a positive to their attack and a bonus...
Suit of your choice.
A suit of my choice.
Ooh, so what suit would you like?
What we will have is Toxic Shock.
Okay.
We will have a Tomes. Because I've burnt a card, it would normally trigger Marcus's ability, but it is still in Marcus's turn, so he cannot actually draw another card off that.
Okay, so the Scorpius is going in with its Venomous Strike, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Stat 7 versus my defense of 5. And you're on a positive flip because you pitched a upgrade.
Yeah, positive to this.
16 currently.
Currently less. 18.
18. I'm going to cheat to a 19.
Well, that's just not cricket, is it? In that case, I'm going to make it to 20.
Oh, it's going to be 13. They all in shot, mate.
They are in shot, but just to emphasise it, there we go. So 20, so single neg.
Single negative, and this is with the Toxic Shock ability.
Yeah, so you get point damage flip, it's a negative. So it's a weak of 2.
I'm incorporeal, so it goes down by 1.
Yep, so you take 1.
So I'm on 1 health.
So you're now on 1 health, but I'm going to take 2 poison counters off you to draw a card.
So you would poison me with this attack. So that would give me 1 poison counter.
You've also, oh yes, you're right.
And then you can take 1 away, but it's for every 2 points that you reduce.
So we will not do that.
Did you want to declare a different trigger? Did you want to infect me instead? Gives me the extra.
Tom is very sporting, and I will infect him.
Yeah, that's fine, because I think there's so much to read on these Marcus cards. If it's not came through already, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So I'm on 1 health with 2 poison from that attack, and I've burnt my red Joker. Would you like to chain activate? That's the next question for me.
There will be a chain activation. So I will pitch a card, and It's going to be the Scorpius again, so we might as well just keep going.
To no one's surprise. Right, so you will take a point of damage when you activate though.
Which puts me on 1.
And my Sorrow will heal 1, which puts it on 2. It's holding on for dear life as it kind of sucks away some of your life force.
Okay, I will declare, I will take the feeding as action.
Okay, so the feeding is stat 6 versus my defense, and this would be the ability to do what, mate?
So basically, this allows me to, for every poison counter that you've got on you, I can strip them off and I reduce your poison by up to 4 and I heal that much. Ooh. And if I kill you, I gain a soul stone.
Not bad. So stat 6 versus my defense of 5, 17.
Less. I guess I will not be hitting you then.
You got another action point at least.
We have one more action point to see if we can do it.
Let's go for a feeding again.
Feeding again, 19.
Not many. Yeah, that's going to hit, I'm afraid. So, target suffers an amount of damage equal to the value of its poison condition. It would suffer 2 damage, but I take 1 less because I'm incorporeal, and this is an attack action. So, reduce down to 1 health, and then you heal the same amount.
So I would heal 1.
And then you reduce the value of the target's poison condition by 4, so my poison goes. That's a really interesting interaction, actually. For a little bit of text, it's quite wordy. It's quite hard to figure out.
It is.
You've got a bonus action should you wish to creep along anywhere.
We will attempt to creep along towards Mr. Kojo.
So this is a move. Up to your move, you've got stat 5 needing an 11, so 6 here. It's a 3. He's thinking.
We will have that.
So you can move 6 inches because you've still got your flight upgrade.
I don't have the flight upgrade.
Oh, you don't?
Flight upgrade has gone.
So you just push yourself.
It's a move, so I move to here.
Lovely.
I'll push this model, so push him to there.
To there, that's no problem.
Or actually, I can push through you because you're incorporeal.
I am incorporeal. There we go.
And he's done.
Lovely. Taken me 4 turns, but I've finally just given up and moving the camera around this side because this is about all the action is. So my cinematography rule of 180 degrees has gone out the window. My Sorry's going to go before it dies. It's going to try and glimpse of insanity or Scorpius. This is going to be a stat 5 versus your defense of. Your willpower, sorry.
Willpower of 5. Willpower defense 5. Scorpius.
Right. So that takes me up to 14 currently.
And this will just put stunned on me, which will allow you to go for it.
It will. So I will put a stunned token on you. And I will trigger the misery to give you a point of damage. This puts it on 1 health.
Does indeed.
My Sorrow is then going to attack the Scorpius. This will be a stat 5 versus your defense of 5.
It is.
So let's see how we do. 8.
We are going to have 10.
That's fine, I think. I'm going to attack you again because that was my bonus action, the first one. So, stat 5 versus your defense, 15.
14.
With the inbuilt high plusness trigger.
Go for it.
So, 14 did you say you're on?
14.
And I'm on 15, so negative flip.
Well, I die because the Black Joker's already out, but we see if the Red Joker comes out and goes away.
The Red Joker's gone already, so that will be a week of 1 up to 2 damage.
Goes down to 1 because of armour, but he's only got 1 health left.
Hey.
Scorpius dies. Taken 4 turns.
It's taken plenty of damage to do that. And I think that's probably all my Sorrow can do for now. Not bad at all.
So we've decided to go with Miranda. Miranda is going to start off by healing Kojo with Primal Flame. So, target number of 6.
Needing a 12?
Needs a 12. Gets it. Gets the trigger as well, so I could discard a mutation upgrade on it to attach a different mutation upgrade. And I think he still likes flying at the moment.
His butterfly jump has helped him a lot, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, so he's going to stay where he is for that.
So you've got a healing flip.
We have a positive to this because he's got a mutation upgrade on him.
So 1, 3, 4.
So we've got 3. Or that, so we'll take 3.
Brings him back up to
8.
All of that good work getting washed away by Miranda.
Now, Miranda is then going to...
I also like how Kojo's just guarding these corrupted idols. Like, he's just like, this is my territory.
My territory, mine, belongs to me. She's going to use the ability that I've not used yet so far this game, and this is her beast shape. So this is where she chooses an enforcer beast or minion or beast from her faction, which is Arcanist, with a lower cost than her, and switches into that model without discarding any of the upgrades.
So stat 6 needing a 12.
Stat 6 needing a 12. This is a swift action.
Red Joker.
You know what? I will take the trigger on that one.
So she gets to heal herself 1, 2 or 3?
It gets to heal 1, 2, 3. So, well, the beast gets to heal 1, 2, 3 once it's switched. So, I will place...
A bear.
A bear?
You go to teddy bear on bear action.
Well, it's tempting.
But you want that sorry to die.
I want the sorry to die.
So you've got your healing flip first, mate.
So we then got a heal of 2.
So back up to full health, I think.
Well, the bear only has 8.
Okay.
So yes, the bear is now at full health. And the bear is now going to declare a charge.
So what is this bear, just for, what's it called?
It's a Slate Ridge Mauler.
Okay.
It's an 8 soulstone minion, so it's 1 cheaper than her.
It's a beastly beast. And you're going to come and barrel into me?
Going to come and barrel into you indeed.
Who are you barreling into?
Well, it only seems polite to barrel into the Sorrow. So barrel to here. Now the bear, being big and scary, does have a 2-inch melee range.
That's not bad. Do you have 2 AP with the bear, or is it just the 1 AP?
Just the 1 AP left. So all of the AP that's already been spent, with replaced models, all of the AP that's already been spent and used can't be spent again.
So carry that.
Carries across. So I spent 1 AP to heal, the swift action to change form, so he now gets to make 1 attack.
So this is stat 6 versus my defense of 5. I'm on 1 health currently.
So we'll see how that goes, but just in case, he's actually going to give up his natural camouflage
To get positive.
to get positive.
Ooh, okay. Do you get to name a suit as well with this ability?
We will name...
You have adaptive evolution, so...
you know what? We're going to name Rams for Tear Off a Bite.
Oh, actually, hang on. No, it doesn't. It just says... Oh, yeah.
And any suit, get a positive any suit, so you can get the bite action, the rams.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is stat 6 versus my defense of 5. 18.
That would be a 16. So, no, I don't kill you again.
Hey, my sorrow for
Sorrow lives with all of the severes. And that's the end of Miranda's activation.
Perfect. There was like a quiet sigh of sadness then as Darren remembered that you could draw a card that probably would have been useful for cheating.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Carver, and he is going to start by drawing Essence, which means he takes a point of damage, which puts him down to 9. But enemy models within 3, which will be this new bear, the Jackalope, Marcus, and Vogel, must each take a toughness 12 defense duel or suffer 2 damage. And for each other model damaged by its action, Carver will heal 1. So who would you like to go with first?
We'll go with the bear first.
So needing a 7 here.
Bear will take 2 damage.
Okay, so 2 damage knocks it down to...
Down to 6.
And that heals Carver 1.
So he's back up to full?
Not yet. If you fail another one, he will be. Jackalope?
Jackalope passes on a 13.
Needing a 12, yep. So that's a 9 that takes you up to a 12. Because you're willpower 3. Oh, you got
Is it willpower or defense on?
It's defense. I'm not even reading the cards properly yet. It's defense, so you're fine there.
Still passes.
Marcus?
Marcus is 13.
Fine. And Mr. Vogel?
Target number?
12.
So I need a 7.
Lovely. Carver is then going to try and glimpse of Insanity Vogel. So this is going to be a stat of 6 versus your willpower.
I'm going to be quite intimidating.
And put me on a negative.
Put me on a negative.
Okay, so 2 cards for me, picking the lowest. That's a 10 and a 13, so I'm on 16.
So I'm winning at the duel, so because I'm on 17.
There you go. So that's
I was looking at your 13 and getting awfully confused.
all manner of panicked.
All manner of panics, like, oh no, it's gone horribly wrong again.
I'm then going to just casually check this blast marker. I'm going to just double check this on camera. Apologies, folks. I think you're just out there. I was tempted to blast the Jackalope and put some blast damage.
Is it a ranged attack? Does it have the gun icon?
It does not. It's a breath of fire. It's just a 6-inch range, which is really good. I'm going to... Oh no, I'll just hit him with shears. Stat 7 versus your defense. I'm going to hit Marcus once with my shears. So stat 7 versus Marcus's defense. I am on 12 with the ram trigger.
I'm also on 12.
Would you like to shoot?
So this is...
Double crit strike currently. 2, 2, 4.
Make it 15.
I will also... I'll go up to 16 because I'm on stat 7.
Okay.
So I'm going to declare the Tomes trigger, which is swift action. So I'm not going to take the crit strike, I'm going to take swift action. So negative flip against Marcus. 2 cards, pick the lowest. That's a moderate. And a moderate, because Carver sucks, that's 2 damage. Oh, come on, have a better damage profile. Right, and then I'm going to take the swift action to attack again. So I won't be able to use my inbuilt crit strike here. So stat 7 versus Marcus's defense. I'm on 10.
I'm on less.
Do you want to cheat?
So this is your last action.
This will be my last action, yeah, because I've taken a tactical action, a bonus, and I've just got this. Which...
You know what? I'll let you hit me.
So
Marcus cares not.
Negative flip is a moderate. What should be another moderate? Oh, for God's sake, 2 damage. What's Marcus down to?
Marcus is down to 5.
I mean, I'm chipping away, but that wasn't too bad from Carver. He's very penned in, and that'll do for Carver's activation.
Okay, so this turn, we're going to go with Kojo next. He's already taken his point of damage for activating near to the Damn Sorrow, which refuses to die.
It's back up to 2 health, it's going to live.
His first action, we've already actually shifted the Corrupted Idol 2 inches along by taking another 2 damage.
Yeah, you've leapfrogged it over this one, so you've taken 2 irreducible, so you're back down to like, what, 5?
Back down to 5 now.
And then, do you want to go and attack my Sorrow by any chance?
I am going to go and attack the Sorrow.
Come at me, I'll be fine. I'll be absolutely fine.
And he's going to jump to here. He is going to remember that he has an ability, and he's going to pitch his flight.
Okay, to get a positive and name a suit. What
positive
suit?
And name a suit. He is going to have a ram.
Ooh, which is Terror for Bite to heal or puncture. Very nice. So you're on positive flip. You're on a stat 6 versus my defense 5 here with your Ferocious Claws.
We are indeed. So I'm going to draw my card first for pitching the upgrade with Marcus.
Okay.
Remembering this time.
So what's Marcus's ability?
Marcus's ability is called Guided, not Guided Evolution. It is Primal Domain. After a friendly model within 6 inches discards a mutation upgrade, draw a card.
Perfect. So, and then you've got stat 6 versus my defense R5.
Yes.
12.
19.
I mean, my Sorrow has lived far more than it should have, so by all means hit me. So on a straight flip.
Straight flip. You've
got the trigger if you wanted to tear off a bite, because you declared rams.
I do have, I've got that or puncture, because I do have 2 triggers on his claws, but I'm going to take the tear off a bite.
Makes sense, because I've got 2 health and you are minimum of 2, but I've got...
6.
6, yeah, my incorporeal does not protect me from the 6.
Now, why I don't get that's when I first hit you, and one time you know, that would be nicer.
You did get to heal 2 HP though, so do you want to flip for your tear off a bite, or is you just heal 2?
Just heal 2, so he's back up to 7.
Very nice.
And he's now going to not do anything else because there's no point in marking territory.
Lovely.
So that is him done.
You know it's a wide-angled shot when it's the Poltergeist activation. It's going to walk twice, which is 12 inches, which we've pre-measured, gets it to about there, which is just 8 inches within Mr. Vogel here. I'm going to attempt a Glimpse of Insanity. So this is a stat 5 versus your willpower, mate.
Okay.
Do you want to discard a card to put them on negative or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay, so stat 5. 7.
16.
I'm tempted to cheat. I'm very tempted to cheat, but that'll do for my activation.
Okay, so Ferdinand Vogel, he's not looking too healthy at the moment. He's got a wee babby that's a bit scary and a big bully of a teddy bear. But he is going to take an action before he gets removed from the table. He is first of all going to use his swift action for an impassioned defense on himself because he's a friendly model. It's a stat 6 needing a 10. 4 and a rams would be really nice.
400 crows.
400 crows would give me nothing, but we'll have a rams. So it gives me shielded 2 and I heal 2 as well.
So you're up to 3.
So I'm now up to 3. We are then going to push this Corrupted Idol 2 inches.
So you would take 2 irreducible damage.
Down to 1 again.
1 health he's hangling on.
Like I say, he's not as, in fact we'll put it as close into
that makes sense.
He's going to get a little bit more concerned and he's then going to try and blast with his ancient words. Or does he go out? Does he go out swinging? Does he go out swinging? He's going to ancient words on the poltergeist.
Okay, so the poltergeist is against my willpower.
Against your willpower, so I'm stat 6.
So am I. So I flip a 9, so I'm on 15 currently.
As am I.
This would be
2, 4, 5 with a surge trigger.
yeah, bring it.
Okay, so I'll draw my card. Well, I'll take my double negative first. So severe. You made me throw severe every time I wanted to draw. So 1 damage to you because of your incorporeal shenanigans.
That's 4 health, and then you draw a card.
But I'll draw a card. And with that, his activation is over.
It occurs to me I might not have actually shown my hand this turn, so just a heads up there. I'm going to go with my sorrow. It is going to double walk itself just by this anvil here. It's going to do a bit of blacksmith work, you know, just as the sorrows do. It's going to forge itself a new master, because clearly that's what I'm needing. I'm going to go with a glimpse of insanity, mates. This is a stat 5 versus your willpower of 3. You've got some space there if you want to flip. I'm on, 6.
I'll be on 7 with my mighty willpower of 3.
I'm going to cheat in up to an 8.
So this will give me a stunned and pointed damage.
Well, it'll be the misery. It'll depend on what I do with it in a second.
Okay, well I'll let you have that.
Okay, so it'll give you stunned. I'll trigger the misery, and I'm just going to move you 2 inches into contact with it, into engagement. And that is my sorrow done.
Okay, so in a really simple activation, I'm going to start off with the Jackalope, who's going to attempt to leap out of engagement range of Carver.
Stat 3 needing a 10, so you need a 7.
He's going to fail that, so he's not going to do anything.
He's just going to hang out.
He's just going to hang out, but what he is going to do is, he could have charged from over there, but he's going to charge from here instead. Going to charge the babby.
You can't charge.
Oh, I can't charge because I'm engaged. Ooh, that's why I did it. I knew there was a reason. No, I don't want to hit Carver. Carver's 1 inch melee range. I'm going to move round closer to Marcus.
Okay. And then the stun will go at the end of your activation?
Then the stun will go.
I'm going to go with Baby Cade, and I think Baby Cade's going to try and punch some of this shielded off Mr. Vogel here. So, I'm going to use my skinning knife. It's stat 7 versus your defense of...
my defense of 5.
Right then, so flippity flip. That is an 18, mate.
That is less than an 18, so go for it.
I could declare coordinated strike, but I have no friendly models that can hit him with an attack. So
what is your damage profile?
What's the difference currently?
The difference currently is
18.
10, so it's a straight flip.
2, 3, 4 is my damage profile.
I'm going to put that in to make it a negative.
So that will take you up to
17.
17. I'm on 18. Okay, so negative flip. Moderate and weak, so that would be 2 damage.
So no damage.
Because you're shielded.
Yep.
So it reduces both the shielded?
Takes one of the shielded off.
To reduce the damage by 1 or just reduces it?
Reduces it by 2 and takes all the shielded off.
Really? Reduce each damage suffered by 1 to a minimum of 0.
Yeah, so it does, yeah, it takes...
and each time the condition reduces damage, its value is lowered by 1. So you can take both shielded off.
I'll take both shielded
off. To take no damage. Baby Cade's going to attack you again. So stat 7 versus your defense.
19.
18.
17 to me.
18 to me.
I'm 18. No, I'll just die.
So 13 you've got that. So negative flip.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Kills me.
Oh, god damn it, severs. So that'll take Vogel off the board. I'm then going to just try and where's Teddy just to bring him ever so slightly forward. Stat 6 needing a 12. Don't get it. Don't need to cheat it. That's Baby Cade. Done.
So I'm going to go with the Soulstone Miner, who is just going to take a very, very simple action, and he is going to attempt to hit the Sorrow.
Yeah, you've taken a point of damage when you've activated, and you are stunned, so you can't mine any Soulstones just yet. So this is a stat of what?
This is a stat of 5.
Versus my defense of 5. Let's see how we do. Just got space there, mate. I'm on 15 currently.
Well, I'm going to take it up to the card that I didn't flip last time and make it an 18.
Off. So it'll still be a negative flip, which I'll take.
Okay, so I'm into shuffling.
And it's at this point I kick myself because Darren just teaches his last card and he shouldn't have been able to cheat because I have candy there, but don't worry, you've got it anyway. So this is a damage at a negative flip.
Negative flip, so it's going to be a weak. Still going to be a weak.
Weak is 2 down to 1 because of my incorporealness. And then you've got an action left, mate. An AP
And
left.
I am just going to swing again, I think.
You're just going to swing again. So it's a stat of 5 versus my defense of 5. And
We are on 13.
I'm on 7. I'm going to cheat it to a 9. Just put you on negative flip again.
Okay, so single neg, moderate of 3, and a weak of 2.
Goes down to 1. So I'm on 3 health remaining after that barrage, and the stone condition will fade away.
Yeah, and my trigger is irrelevant because you don't have any armor to pierce.
So we've got 2 activations on the bounce here. Candy is going to go first. She is going to attempt to glimpse of insanity Marcus. This is a stat 6 versus your willpower of 6.
Okay,
Takes me up to 13.
I'm on 12.
So I'll give you the stun condition. And I'm going to trigger the misery just to move you into base contact with Carver
Okay,
with that.
I'm then within 10 inches of most things around here. I'm going to try and self-loathing at Marcus. So this is a stat of 6 again versus your willpower. This is me trying to use your damage profile against you. So stat of 6, 12.
you've got it.
With a negative flip, this will be.
Negative flip.
The crow trigger doesn't do anything. So I'm going to take the tear apart. That's all it can take. So this will be 2, 3, or 5 damage.
2, 3, 5.
Negative flip, weak,
So take 2.
2 damage. Puts him down to...
Puts him down to 3.
Okay. And then I'll do it one more time.
And maybe I'll win one of these flips.
Stat 6 versus your defense. So it gets your willpower.
13.
I'm going to cheat in a 13 of masks, so that will take me to 19. So this will be a straight flip, and I'm going to declare the hopelessness trigger. Target must have stunned. When resolving, target suffers +1 damage.
Okay.
So a straight flip here on 2, 3, 5, sorry. Is a moderate of 3 up to 4 damage.
Kills Marcus off.
We've not got stone.
No stone.
Oh!
Do I have, no, I don't.
Wow.
No, I don't have
it's
stone left. Don't have any
was
stones left.
not. I don't think either of us were expecting that then.
I basically needed to win one of the
Yeah, that was crazy. I was not thinking that was going to be a thing. I've got Teddy, so I'll do Teddy on camera then.
Teddy's going to make a move of 5 inches to there. And he's going to make a move of 5 inches to there.
And that will end my activation. And this is the picture as we go from turn 4 into turn 5, and it's a big scrap around this house at the moment. Now I think Marcus being taken out at the end there was a bit of a shock finish to that turn, mate.
It was a big change to everything because he does sort of make the crew work in a way.
It's that master AP, isn't it?
Winning one of those 3 duels would have helped.
Yeah.
Would have kept him alive, but.
I mean, Kojo's basically back up to full health almost at the moment. It's ridiculous the amount of healing he's done. I've got to say Carver actually healed 1 damage when Marcus failed the Glimpse of Insanity.
Yeah,
so he's back up to full. I've declared, to no one's surprise, a claim jump with that last activation. So Teddy is near the centre with no one within 3 inches of him. So he's taking the claim jump. You got a corrupted idol though, because you basically moved more over. You did a lot of shimmying my blocks.
I did lots and lots of shimmying.
I think it's going to be hard for me to get the last idol point actually, and I think at this stage you've not revealed any of your schemes.
I haven't, so yes, I could still do things.
You could definitely still do things and stuff. We've flipped for initiative. I've won that initiative, and you can see a new marker has appeared near the centre point because I got the ram. Thoughts going into this last turn, mate? You've got 2 pass tokens to play with now.
I've got pass tokens to play with. It's going to be a real tough slog to stop you scoring points at this point.
I mean, I'm not going to get my deliver a message.
You're not going to get deliver a message.
Right.
I think you could possibly get to your 6 because you'll get your claim jump.
I think I'll struggle with the other.
So maybe 5.
We'll see. We'll see how
it goes.
So we go for the first activation of the 5th turn, which will be the Neverborn. And as we go into the final turn, this is how my hand is looking. I did use my last soul stone, so I'm basically relying on people not getting absolutely murdified. We're going to start our activation with the Carver. He is going to attempt to draw essence. So he is going to take a point of damage, which puts him down to 9. And any models within 3 inches must take a toughness 12 defense duel or suffer 2 damage. And for each model hurt, he heals 1. So these 3 here, mate.
So Jackalope.
Just flip it there, mate. Gets a 3.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
So he takes 2.
2 damage. Carver goes back up to full. Miranda Bear, defense of 5, needing a 12. Absolutely fine. And Kojo, also defense of 5. He's absolutely fine. Okay, so second thing Carver is going to do, he is going to attempt to glimpse of insanity Miranda Bear. So this is a stat 6 versus your willpower of 5.
Yep.
And it takes me on to 17.
Less. So this would give me stunned.
It would give you stunned, and it could potentially trigger my misery.
Okay. Let you have that.
So I'll trigger the misery just to move you 2 inches into base contact with me. And then I'm going to attack you with my last ones. This is a stat of 7 versus your defense of 5.
5.
See how we do. That is 18.
15.
Do you want to cheat anything?
No, no cheating.
I'm going to take the swift action to take this action again. So it's a negative flip for the damage.
Okay.
That's a weak and a moderate. So that's
And
2
another
damage.
one. Hot to wound.
Your hard to wound. There we go. 2 damage.
I will take 2 damage.
And then I forgot the bear can still use soul stones, can't it? Which is even better. I'm going to take the swift action to attack you again.
Okay.
Stat 7 versus your defense. 18.
18.
So, do you want to cheat?
No, we'll leave it a triple negative.
Triple negative, so is it 4 cards?
4
pick
cards.
those? Come on, Red Joker, come on. I'm just going to pick the entire deck up to flip these because it'll be easier. So, weak, moderate, weak, moderate, 2 damage.
2 damage.
And that puts Miranda Bear down to
Down to 2.
2 health, and that's not too bad at all, and that'll do for Carvey Dent.
So we've just realised that I should really learn to read the cards even when I'm swapping into them.
It's always the way after an activation that you notice something when you're on camera because you're so in the mode of kind of like seeing where the tripod is and where you need to put your cards. What have you just realised?
I've realised that the bear didn't actually need to get pushed because he's got the ability to laugh off so he can ignore enemy pushes. Well, basically, if he would be moved during an enemy model's activation or from an enemy effect, he can choose not to.
I love the fact the bear would laugh at you for that, but we live and learn.
You know what? I'm just saying, I chose to be moved.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
chose to be
Tactical decision.
Tactical decision.
And you go for some revenge beating here.
Well, I'm going to attempt to swing at the bear.
Do you want to show your hand to the crowd, the audience, the crowd?
The crowd. And the crowd is going wild.
As we go into this
Not that wild.
And you're going to attack me.
I'm going to attack you.
My baby Carver, he's terrifying 11. So you are willpower 5, so you've just got space there, mate. Oh, well then. Bit of a cheat. Okay, so takes you up to the 11. And this is going to be your blood-soaked claws.
Yep.
Which is stat 6 versus my defense of 5. Oof. I'm on 11 currently.
I'm on 17.
I'm going to cheat in 17. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go up to a 13.
Okay. I'm going to take the Terror for Bite trigger to heal 2.
You are stunned. You can't take any triggers.
Ooh, that was nice to remember.
So negative flip for your damage here, mate.
Negative flip, but I do get +1 to my damage because I am under half health.
Yeah, you've got your grit ability, haven't you? Which is frenzied. So negative flip on 2, 4, 5. This could potentially tickle.
Black Joker.
Oh, Black Joker. Oh, there's just no words for it really, is there? You got another attack action though.
We'll try again.
Terrifying 11.
We're fine with the terrifying this time.
Fine, not scared once you've hit him once. And stat 6 versus my defense of 5. Oh, another big card comes out. I'm on 7 currently.
That will give me an 18.
18. I'm
with no triggers.
Cheat in a 9 to go to 14. Just to put you on a negative flip.
Negative flip again. So
you are on +1 damage again though.
I've had a Black Joker.
Red Joker.
A Red Joker.
Think
would be
positive.
nice.
Red Joker would be fine.
That would be 5.
5 damage. Ah, poor Carver. That halves his HP in one mighty cleave. We've got a feeling Kojo might come and finish the job in a minute. Anything else?
And as I have no abilities to actually spend any of my bonus actions, that is Miranda Bear done.
I'm going to go with Sorrow while there's still like a scrum happening on the other side of the board. So my Sorrow to begin with is going to try and glimpse of Insanity, the Soulstone minus. Is a stat of 5 versus your willpower of 3.
Of 3 indeed.
So let's see how we go. That is another big card. So I'm on 17.
I'm on 16.
So give you the stun condition. I will trigger the misery from Candy to give you a point of damage. Do you want to reduce that with the shielding?
I will use my shield.
There we go. And now I'm going to declare an attack on you. So, stat 5 with an inbuilt mask, which is the +1 damage if it hits against your defense of
5.
Right, see how we do. Oh, red joke! The 12 got all the severes, all of the severes.
All of the severes coming out.
I can't declare any extra, so I'm just going to get the negative flip here on the damage.
Okay.
So it's got the hopelessness trigger, which is +1 damage, so that's moderate. And weak, that would be 1 up to 2 damage. Your armor 2 though.
Down to 1.
So you take a point of damage. Put you on 4 health. And I'm going to attack one more time. So, stat 5 versus your defense.
Yep.
Puts me on 7. Over to you, mate. To flip.
Don't want to. 9.
9. I'm on 7. I'm going to cheat in a 7 to go up to 12.
I will let you have that.
So, negative flip again, with +1 damage because the hopelessness trigger is built in. Weak, and weak, so it's 1 up to 2,
One
down
again.
to 1. Puts it on 3 health.
Are you declaring triggers against me?
I am declaring triggers currently.
Once again, I need to read my cards.
Have you got an ability to
I've
stop
got
that?
counter spell.
Which is...
Prevents 1 point of damage. You need to discard a card to declare triggers.
Well-
now, at this stage, it wouldn't have made any difference because you're doing your minimum of 1 damage anyway.
Oh, that's fair. Yes, I've been declaring it, but it's not. It's been doing...
It's not actually had any impact on the
I'll tell you
game.
what I will do. I will pitch one of my cards, because for the sake of equal... Actually, no, I did it twice, didn't I? I will pitch 2 of my cards, just for the sake of fairness. All done?
Fair enough. Okay, so now we have the Jackalope attempting to get out of dodge. The Master's gone. The boss isn't there anymore. His job as an ablative shield, because I didn't have any cards last turn. Here we go. Needs a 7. Gets a 2.
Do you want to cheat that in?
He's not going to cheat that in.
Okay, so he's going to sit there. Do you want to...
He's going to attempt to take a disengage.
Okay, so I will just go around the other side of the table to get to my cards. Against the Carver.
Against
This
the Carver.
is stat 7 on my Carver versus your defense of...
4. 4. it
Got
is.
this. 18.
12.
So straight flip.
Straight flip.
Reducing it by 2, 4, 6.
Yep.
I black Joker. I black Joker it away. You
That's
walk away.
absolutely.
You go wherever you want, my dear. Carver doesn't really care. He's like, all right, fine. You're a little bunny. What harm could it do? Plenty. Plenty is what it could do.
There's the bunny.
Okay, so after the Jackalope just did its little double bunny hop away from me, it's kind of annoying Candy now that she can't mess with the corrupted idol that's there. So, I'm going to go with my Poltergeist. It's going to make a walk action just to where this proxy base is, and then it's going to attempt to Glimpse of Insanity Miranda Bear. So this is a stat 5 versus your willpower of 5.
Indeed.
So let's see how we do. I'm on 8.
We're on 17.
Many, that's fine. I think that's my bonus, and then I'm going to Incorporeal Charge straight through here to you. So I have got a mighty stat of 4 against your defense of 5.
5.
So let's see how we do. 13.
That'll be a 13.
There we go. So I do not get it. How many severes are we flipping at the moment? It's
These are coming out
crazy
with
severes.
crazy regularity. We will actually just say we have both checked our decks ourselves and we don't have 20 severes in each. Because it does seem like that way.
Yeah.
It's only the 16.
I've had that on previous videos. They're like, how many severes have you actually got in your decks? Just they're coming out at big times. You only notice the severes. You never really notice the moderates. And that's the Poltergeist done. It would put you in negative willpower duels, but you've already activated, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the Soulstone Miner. He's unhappy that he's actually had to come up and play the game and pee on the table.
Yeah, you've pitched a card because of Candy. You've already got stunned and you've taken a point damage from the Sorrow, so you're on 3 health currently.
I am on 3 health, so we are now going to attempt to disengage.
Oh,
By
so
10.
Stat 5 for me. Let's see how I do. Oh, 17. It's another severe coming out on a flip.
Okay, so off you go.
So you're on to a 10. So I'm on a straight flip here.
Straight flip.
Reduce it by 6 severes, 4 severe days.
So it will not move at all. It will attempt to do it again. So we'll try again.
Okay, so let's see how we do. I cannot believe what I'm flipping at the moment. That's 17.
So we'll leave it at that, and off you go and see what you get.
Straight flip.
Straight flip.
Reduce it by 4, so it's moderate.
So just makes a move of 1. Just going to move up to here.
Okay. Baby K is going to try and be the hero that everyone deserves. He's going to make a walk action to here, and then he's going to make a charge action through my incorporeal model to there. So this is a stat 7 versus Miranda Bear's defense of 5 on my skinning knife. Let's see how we do. Takes me up to, I can't do math, 7 plus 6, 13.
17.
I'm going to cheat in my 10 to go to 17. No triggers to declare, sadly. So double negative. Let's see how we do. So it's 2, 3, 4. Weak, weak, severe, 2 damage.
Did Miranda have 2 or 3? I think she had 2 left, didn't she?
We think she had 2, yes.
Just check it, because I've not marked my dot very well, but I think it's 2, and I think she is dead.
Okay, so we'll just check and we'll cut off camera. Okay, over to me then. You've spent a pass token.
I've spent a lot of pass token. Well, there's going to be a couple, I think, before the end of the game.
So you've got Kojo left to go. I've got Candy and the teddy bear. I'm going to go with Candy, because I think Ted is just basically going to sit where he is. Candy's going to attempt to do a temper tantrum. If I get a mask on this would be amazing. So it's a stat 6 needing a 10. It's amazing. It worked out perfectly.
So what does it do?
Right, so stat 6 with a 10. Enemy models within a 4-inch pulse must each pass a toughness 14 willpower duel or gain slow. And then, with the bloody display trigger, enemy models within 4 inches of this model must each pass a toughness 14 willpower duel or be pushed 4 inches away from this model.
Okay.
So we'll go with the. Normally I'd say the slow doesn't matter, but I kind of want you to flip cards here, mate. No one here has got the misery for slow. It's Baby Cade. So a toughness 14 willpower duel for the jackalope in order to avoid slow. Does
Moderate.
not gain slow.
For the
Willpower duel. This is
Soulstone Miner.
get slow. And then toughness 14, otherwise be pushed 4 inches away. So you got the jackalope.
11. Going to get pushed 4 inches away.
Soulstone Miner.
Is also going to get pushed 4 inches away.
Okay, so chuck this down here. Chuck that down there. And this was, in all the jiggery pokery, Candy was there. So I'm just going to spend 2 irreducible damage to go down to 3 health. To just chuck that marker there. I'm then just going to glimpse of insanity something, I think. So I've used my 2 actions. I'm going to glimpse of insanity the jackalope, because why not? Stat 6 versus your willpower. I'm on 11.
I'm on 10.
Gives you stunned. I'll trigger the misery off Candy to do a point of damage to the jackalope.
Jackalope still actually has a point left,
He's
so
okay.
don't have to demise him.
Absolutely fine. And then we'll go back to you. And with another pass token, we're going to go to Teddy. He's just going to play it simple. He's going to try and do another Hail Mary. He's going to go for a Terrorize on Mr. Kojo down here. So stat 6 versus your willpower of 7. Let's see how we do. I get a 1. I'm on 7. There's no possible way it can succeed.
50.
He was trying to scare him away. I'm within 2 inches of the center point. I'm just going to try and move myself just to there. So I'm pretty much dead on the center point, and that's me done.
So for the last activation of the game, Kojo is still alive, amazingly.
He's fine.
He does not want to die. He's almost as resilient as your sorrows. Almost. So he's going to take 2 walk actions. He's going to jog over here, and then we've measured it out. He runs up onto the hill.
Well, that was an amazing switch then with the marker.
I couldn't do that again if I
I
tried.
imagine there might be a card in your hand here that you're going to use, but we'll see what you're going for.
He's going to try some rude sign language to push any... Well, he's going to remove all ski markers within range and gain focused, blah, blah, blah.
This is your mark territory ability.
Mark
Stat 6
territory.
needing a 10. Just there.
He does.
A 9.
He gets the fear of pursuit, so he could give you all adversary based, but as there's nothing left to attack. He's going to cheat in the 4 of masks, which takes him to the rude sign language trigger.
Push any number of enemy models within range 4 inches away. Which way would you like them to go? Just away from the centre point by any chance?
Well, we think Bear is going to come down the hill, and
So that's
Girly,
like a nursery rhyme.
Girly's going to she can be over here. She can still stay on the hill.
Just runs down there.
And then with that, Kojo will end his activation.
And that brings us to the end of the game. So good game there, sir. We'll count it up and we'll see you in a second. And this is the picture at the end of the game as we round up, and it's at this point Darren reveals that he has got claim jump on Kojo, who's barreled in and cleared Teddy off the centre to steal it, we think, getting the Corrupted Idols point, the Vendetta point, and the claim jump in the final turn, which we think brings us to a final score of 4-5, mate.
Absolute nonsense from Kojo, surviving through the entire game.
Through that game and getting to the end is a fantastic job. So we'll cut to the end game and we'll talk it through.
You sneaky so-and-so at the end there. Like, the pass token shove up just...
I was waiting for the entire game to actually be able to pull that trigger off, because you don't want to throw a high mask into it, but realising that I'm going second is just like, I can score a point here finally. And with that pool, we both said, although we liked the pool, it's
still
quite
hard.
a tough one. And Harness the Ley Lines, with the fact that we were playing Corrupted Idols, just elevates everything on the centre line, so it's just so tough to get in.
Yeah,
there.
while we were playing, we didn't need the corpse tokens, we didn't need any of that, because it was just like pure interactions. One thing I will say, you can go back, I should have thought about the Corrupted Idols that I was pushing in the last turn, because there was one baby Cade that was near, and it just went foolishly.
There was also a moment on the last turn when he terrorised Kojo, and I'm like,
that could have ruined everything.
Oh no, I've lost the game!
Luckily, so like Will Pass, how did Kojo survive the entire game? How did I survive 4 turns without a master, actually? That was horrendous.
I think you have a surprising amount of healing in the Marcus crew, either off the Rams triggers with the Take a Bite, or off Miranda as well, and the Transforming as well. So there's loads and loads of healing in there. Miranda, again, absolute star for me. Kojo, MVP for me, shoving people around, throwing Sorrows 10 inches just because he could.
One thing
Go away, Ghost.
We'll say that they all shone. The only one that didn't was for Crockett, which ironically in the last one we recorded, our first attempt, he was amazing.
He was awesome. He was just firing off and people taking triggered attacks, and my hands, it's on the cutting room floor, but the hands that I had in that game,
fire.
They were absolutely on fire. I'd probably do pretty well at tournaments with them.
It was how do you find Marcus then? Because obviously playing Marcus on camera is hard. Because you've got cards and upgrades and that, and obviously that's been a real challenge. How is he to play outside of this studio?
Well, I think both of us have said that Pandora is certainly not a simple master to play.
She's a control master.
And you have to get your activation orders right, and you have to know where you're moving her. And a lot of people think, you just throw shockwaves down, open the box, it's all good. As we showed in that, you get one black joker at the wrong time, one fail, one awful hand on the first turn, and your plan goes out the window.
Yeah, terrifying will not protect you.
Marcus is a very similar master in that he does use a lot of control elements and he wants to support. And when I ended up out with him stuck on the right hand side throughout the game, I had to bring him back across. Thank God his movement's 6, but if I just left him there, the fact that he's not putting any of the upgrades down, I lost him. I'd only taken a couple of soul stones, and I brought the soul stone miner up to try and harry Tom in the middle of the table.
I was convinced that had claim jump on it all the way until the end.
Well, with armor 2 and the shielded, it's a good guess for it to have it, but Kojo, because he's got so many pushes, it's a logical choice for me to take with that.
Are there a lot of moving parts that you've got to learn, or each of the upgrades and when to take them? Because you have got a limit on the upgrades you can take.
Yeah, because there's 2 of each upgrade, so there's a lot of times, particularly with Marcus, if Marcus had had the upgrade he'd had the turn before, he'd have lived, because he would have had armour and shielded. So learning which upgrade to put on him,
forcing him to swap.
I'm very much a fan of putting out the feathered wings and the natural camouflage, so that I'm limiting the attack options that the enemy had into me, forcing them to come close.
So the first 2 turns, that's phenomenal as well. It just means like I'm relatively safe, I can dodge away, and you can't target me.
And just that charging where you get the places, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts to it. I'm sat there with 10 upgrade cards plus Bestial Form for Miranda plus the magical training. I had more upgrade cards than I had model cards to think about. And I didn't even bring in the Beast Within off Ferdinand Vogel, and Miranda can shapeshift into any of the other beasts that I've got. So there is a lot to think about, and I think he's a good master to start with, but I think you can learn more depth with him as well.
Does he like idols, or does he prefer another skin?
With the healing that he's got with Miranda, and certainly backed up by Ferdinand Vogel, because he's got the healing as well on the trigger and the shielding too.
And the transformation.
He does like idols.
Does he like Reckoning more?
he doesn't have the huge damage output. I mean, a couple of the models that would do the damage for me, things like the Saber-Tooth Cerberus, I was never going to take that into Pandora because its willpower god awful, and it just gets hitting itself for 3 minimum damage. So you've got to be really thoughtful about that.
You missed an opportunity there. That would be great for my own ego.
Just for Tom, as a Neverborn player. I can't say anything dirty Arcanist player because I bought a Soulstone mine.
Yeah, you did. That'll be the first thing in the comments below. They'll be like, filth.
Filth.
Well earned filth, though.
Well, I painted it, I suppose.
Well, a massive congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. It's certainly been a worthy effort. We're glad we came back and done this for the second one. We've definitely got a really good game out of it. If you enjoy these videos, please do consider supporting us through merch and Patreon, and let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in the next one, because we're coming to the end of this season now. We're on to the next Masters.
So who's coming next?
Who could it be?
Something dirty.
Just go on our Instagram, you'll know straight. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.